Welcome, my little couch potatoes, to the comfiest courtroom on the internet. I'm your host, Llama, and it's time for dramatic testimony, overruled objections, and absolutely unqualified opinions. So grab your snuggiest blanket, some delicious snacks, and get ready to watch court with your internet besties. This is Couch Court with Llama.
Hello, couch potatoes. Hello. So hold on, I can adjust my thing. Okay, there we go. All right. Good morning, couch potatoes. I'm a little late. I apologize. I'm going to blame Zoe because it was her fault. She was trying to get into the trash and she made me very unhappy. She was relentless in trying to get into the trash for some reason, even though she had plenty of food. But whatever, we're here. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Motion. Good morning to you, babes. Hope work is going well for you. P. Lola's mom. Good morning to you too, babe. There's Buffy saying, I am set. I saw Buffy went down some rabbit holes for the trial we're going to be covering. She sent me some links that I did see this morning on Facebook, so I'll try to see if I can get those up later, where Kirby, who is the victim of this new trial we're doing, it's video of the home, which I think will be relevant if they don't show it, as well as I would like. Because when I read the article and it said body found by shed, that might mean two different things because it wasn't a shed. So anyway, you guys, I think this is going to be a very, very interesting trial indeed. Good morning, Angie. Good morning. Also, his family does have a Facebook page, Justice for Kirby. They're very, very active in getting justice for him. And they said that the jury was set yesterday. So we should actually start court this morning, which would be nice. But you know what? Yesterday was fine. We got to hang out for a few hours, have fun, learned about some local urban legend myth creatures. It was a fun time. So no regrets. Good morning on top. You're driving. Please be safe. Happy to see you here. Good morning, Lady in Gray. Good morning. Buffy says, I've been learning all the things about this case. That to the surprise of no one. She did tell me last night, though, that apparently there isn't really a whole lot out evidence-wise of what they have. They've kept it pretty close to the vest. So that should be very, very interesting. Oh, yep, guys. If you haven't yet, please do like. Oh, there's the little night bot popping in. Please do hit the like button. It lets everybody know that we're live. We're covering this trial. I don't know if other people are, but we are. And I think it's gonna be worth a watch. So, it's not very often, as I said yesterday, if you went around, that we see a trial streamed out of Mississippi. So this is the first for me, traveling to Mississippi to see how they do things. If you guys don't know what the trial is about, I will try to explain to you in just a few minutes. Working and lurking, says Motion to Scream, will have you in my ears. Well, that's lovely. Good morning, Stringer Bell. Good morning with your cute little pups. Hope you're doing great. Okay, you guys, so this trial, let's do a brief recap of all I know. I don't know a lot about it, so we're all kind of going in blind, gonna see what evidence there is. Now, our victim is Kirby Carpenter out of Mississippi. He sold his business, from my understanding, is that he sold like precious metals, gold, things like that. And so he was living with his girlfriend, Caitlin Spence, and those two had a baby together that was born in November of 2022. Not a very old baby. Her parents come down from Virginia, though I also sell Pennsylvania, so I'll be honest, I'm not really sure which one that is. Buffy can correct me since she did a deep dive here. They come down to visit the couple, and then they supposedly leave November 29th. Well, December 2nd of 2022, Caitlin calls 911. Ooh, we got a seal. How interesting. Here, let's pull that up just because we're going to get tired of it real quick, but, we'll look at it anyway. Look at that seal. Oh, my. So she, on December 2nd, she calls 911 and says, hey, he's dead. I'm going to need someone to come, he's dead. Well, it turns out Kirby had been dead for at least 2 days. There were drag marks on his body, a pool of blood by the carport, and he was clearly dragged to a different location. They said by a shed. It literally looks like the carport to me. And that there was a curtain over his body and a toolbox on top of him. Now, according to the video of the house where he was found, those big like toolboxes that are on trucks that are in the bed. There were two of those, and apparently that is where his body was found. I'm going to go with it was probably one of those toolboxes that were on top of him. But it wouldn't have been very hidden. It's a very open area. So the gold, silver, and coin exchange is the business he owned. Okay, because he was known to have anywhere between $200,000 to $300,000 in cash, silver, or gold on him at all times. As a matter of fact, when they did find his body, he had over 26, I think it was like 2686 or something like that, $1,000, $2,600 on his person. Now, the girlfriend, Caitlin, the mom, Karen, and the dad, Jeff Spence, were all arrested a year later after one of Kirby's former coworkers, I think it was, sorry guys, I'm trying to do this by memory from yesterday. It's a test. Got arrested for burglary and began crying and saying that Caitlin, the girlfriend, said that things got out of hand and Kirby died because of her dad, Jeff. So Caitlin was arrested. Caitlin already took a plea deal to testify against her parents in trial. Now, the mother, Karen, and father, Jeff, were supposed to have a trial together starting yesterday. Well, today, jury selection and all did start yesterday officially. But the mom, Karen, pled out on Friday. Well, she just pled guilty. She wasn't offered a plea deal. To my knowledge, she just pled guilty. And I don't think she's going to be testifying from my understanding of that. Maybe not. But she just was like, nope, pleading guilty. No, I don't want to go to trial. So now we just have the dad, and the daughter will testify at some point, as that was part of her plea deal. So I think it's going to be a very interesting trial. I had heard about it on Friday when the mom pled guilty, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. Wasn't expecting it to, of course, be live streamed because, like, Mississippi never streams anything. But here we are, and that brought me to where we are covering this trial. Even though the other day I was like, no, we're not doing any trials. But that's just how trials are. Either, nothing's going on or a lot's going on, or a trial pops up that you're not familiar with at all randomly. And then you just got to make a decision. So there's that. Oh, I do need to correct my banner. I made a new one yesterday. Hi, Kathy. Did I click? Did it? It just didn't save. It didn't save when I did that. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I will just do this for now because I have Elbow Feet's keyboard and it is loud. And I'll fix that when court starts. Speaking of, look at that. Look at that. I thought it was a lady judge. Well, I guess the name was Kelly. It could be either or. I kind of forget that. But anyway, good morning, Kathy. Hope you're doing well over in Wyoming. Did anyone see what happened yesterday? I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're referring to. So, if you're referring to court, they just sat the jury and it's supposed to start today. Oh, that's definitely not the judge. Wasn't Carly Gregg Mississippi? Was she? I did not watch Carly Gregg's trial, so I don't recall. I did not see her trial, so maybe it was. I'll just say I haven't seen one come out of Mississippi. And since this one has come out of Mississippi, I'm hoping that Bryson Rivers, who goes to court October 14th, I think it is, I'm hoping his trial is going to be streamed too, because that one I very much want to watch. So, oh, you'll tell later. Okay. Okay. Hello, Simi. She says she's going to say hi, then lurk today watching you on my TV. Well, hello. Hello from the TV. Good morning. Um, oh, it has to do with Karen Reed from yesterday. I don't know of anything that happened yesterday. Not saying there isn't. I just don't know of anything. But we did watch her hearing on Monday, which was riveting. And while it's going to be a little while before that civil trial happens, oh, bet your bottom dollar we're going to watch that together because that seems like it's going to be even more wild than the criminal trial, which is interesting. Hello and good morning, Sam. Hope you're doing well today, babes. Excuse me, but the Karen Reed, basically, they're like, we need to add the McAlberts, the MSP, the Camp Police, everybody that's conspired against Karen there. And guess what? They need to be brought into this lawsuit too, because they plan on suing them. So I don't know how they're gonna I don't know how they're gonna do all that. There's already a lot of people involved. She showed up to court with 9 lawyers, Alan Jackson being one of them. I've never seen that many lawyers before in one case. And then the 2 bars, the Waterfall and McCarthy's, their lawyers were there because they're being sued along with Karen by the O'Keefes at this moment. But Karen and her team want all of those people that we believe have, conspired against her to get on that suit as well because they planned on suing them anyway. So we might as well put them all together to save resources and court time because that's their intention anyway. So I love that for us. I love that for her. And I especially love it for the McAlberts and Proctor and Buchanan and all of those fun people. A podcaster on live telling the O'Keefes to unalive camp. People are gross. People are gross. I haven't heard of that. But also people are gross. So that's a shame. I don't want to be too personal here, but I was a little late because I didn't go to bed super late because I got a text by somebody. I don't know who. I don't know the number. I tried calling the number back. They blocked my number. Elbow Feet tried to call them back several times, and then they eventually blocked his number. But somebody texted me late last night that my brother was dead. And it was not great. It was not a fun experience. And he ended up showing up to my house an hour later, but it was truly horrific because I'll be honest, if we do true crime, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who this number was. It being in that moment, like both Elbow Feet and I were just like, oh, we didn't know what to do because like this didn't make any sense. And listen, I don't talk to a lot of people. Not a lot of people have my phone number. Okay. At all. Like 10 people have my phone number. So it's very scary. It's not okay. And there are really ugly people out there that for some reason just don't think things through. Yeah. It's very shocking. So you should have seen the look on Elbow Feet and I's faces last night when we opened the door because there was a knock on our door and it was him. And we didn't even know what to say. It was a roller coaster. It was really awful. So good morning, Kelly. Good morning. People nowadays are just so brazen that they can hide behind things and numbers. And it's just, I don't know what would ever compel somebody to do that. So that was my night. Super fun. But all is well. So all is well. We're all good. He's good. Everything is just fine. But yeah, and see, that's the thing, right? Is some people want to say things about Karen or they want to say things about the O'Keefes. I'm not even upset with the O'Keefes for doing this. One, they have every right to. And a lot of people don't like hearing that, but it's just, This is just how things go. I don't wish harm on the O'Keefes. I think the fact that they believed blindly in the state isn't necessarily their fault, right? We're supposed to. They're for the people, right? So yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of things. Oh, jeez. Not cool. Not cool. Yes, we did call the police. We did. And they were going to send officers out to look for him because, like, we tried calling him numerous times. We tried calling his ex numerous times. Tried calling back that number numerous times. I don't know the number. And then we did call the police to, send people out to go look for like the last place that his girlfriend said he was. And then about 5 minutes later is when he knocked on our door. So luckily we didn't waste anyone's time. I mean, I don't think calling them was a waste of time anyway. But he showed up like 5 minutes right after that. So
Had a good evening.
oh,
I trust that no one had any problems with court's instructions not to discuss the case, not to let anyone discuss the case with them.
oh my God, your accent,
not
sir.
to form or express any opinions or to investigate the case in any way. If I forget to ask you when you come back from breaks and lunch and evenings, if you ever have any problems in that regard, please bring it to my attention. This may be the only time we start on time this week, but we're going to do our best to start when we're supposed to. Okay.
I appreciate that, sir.
I
The
gave
only
you court
time.
instructions yesterday, I believe, and gave you your oath. So let's anybody. Also,
Well, and when
I'll
he's a
let you know
cop
I've
too.
double enforced this camera people, reminded them that they're not to show any of y'all on camera at any time. I've also told them not to do any close-ups of any client and attorney communications or any close-ups of any documents that may be on your desk. So they've been instructed on that. If everybody's ready, why don't we have your opening statement for the state, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. He's cute.
Morning.
We're gonna need these closed captions though.
I didn't have a chance to say much today. My name's David Wood. Judge be a veteran assistant department of our service. Neighboring district here at Pontotoc. Purpose of the session is influencing the sentencing of our case represented. You're the trial fact. That means you're going to hear all of the evidence presented by the state and the evidence presented by the defense.
So they don't believe in microphones. Okay.
You are the judge of the witness's credibility. You determine their credibility.
Mississippi.
I expect that you're going to hear evidence from the state in the form of testimonial evidence. You're going to hear from law enforcement officers from Tippah County. You're going to hear testimony from Smith County, Virginia sheriff's deputies that work on the steps. You're going to see physical evidence. You're going to see phone dumps. You're going to see other documents, other physical evidence in this case. Based on all the evidence, you deliberate and take all that into consideration and apply it to the law as the judge will instruct you in the case. First question is, who is Kirby Carpenter? Why were you? He died on November 30th of 2022. He was the father of 2 children, Towns and Noah.
We're gonna do that.
Son to Maddie Jane and Jerry. He was a brother to 2 sisters, Casey and Wendy, and a brother to 3 other brothers. He was a Marine Corps veteran. He was a musician, an outdoorsman, an entrepreneur, a business owner. He owned a company called Mississippi Gold, Silver, and Coin Exchange in Ripley. I think the testimony is going to be that he was a self-made man, and by all accounts, he was financially successful. He was only 36 years old when he died. Kirby was gunned down with a shotgun in his carport at his home on County Road 600 in Tippah County on November 30th of 2022, approximately 7 p.m. He suffered wounds to his neck and chest. The physical evidence will show that his body, after he was shot, was dragged from the carport to the side of the house, at which time a curtain or a tarp was placed over him, secured by a toolbox out of a pickup truck. We will prove that the person responsible for this murder is Jeff Spence, the man sitting right over there. What was his motive? It's an old story: money, greed. Now, Caitlin Spence is the daughter of Jeff and Karen Spence. She moved to Mississippi to attend Mississippi State University, and when that ended, she moved to Boonville to work at Tractor Supply. Kirby owned a liquor store in Boonville that was close in proximity to Tractor Supply, and they met. They started a relationship. They moved in together. In 2021, Caitlin became pregnant with Enola. She was born in July of 2022. I believe the evidence would show that Caitlin's parents, Jeff and Karen, came to Mississippi to help with Enola in July of 2022. The Spences lived in a little town called Saltville, Virginia, which is in southwest Virginia. Now, throughout this case, I want you to pay attention to the timeline. The timeline is critical in this case. The families spent Thanksgiving together in 2022. The evidence will show that the Spences, Jeff and Karen, left on November 29th, early in the afternoon, one day before Kirby's murder. On November 30th, Caitlin got up early to go to work. Kirby was still asleep in bed. Caitlin got up and she drove her daughter Enola to her friend Bailey Reese's house in Boonville for her to keep while Caitlin was at work. And throughout the afternoon, you'll see that Caitlin and Kirby exchanged text messages. Kirby's last text, the last communication from his phone, was at 6:37 p.m. on November 30th. He had been to Kroger in Corinth, and the last text, he was passing Gino's tire store in Boonville. Caitlin asked him, where is he? He's at Gino's. He's headed home. It's probably about a 10 to 15 minute drive from Gino's in Boonville to Kirby's home on County Road 600. So he's going to get home about 7 o'clock. And again, critical to this is there are no more communications coming from Kirby after 6:37. You've got people trying to text him, you've got people trying to call him with no response. So he goes dark after 6:37. The remainder of the night, November 30th, Caitlin is texting him, where are you? Apparently they've been in some kind of tiff, argument, weren't getting along, and she's, trying to get him, okay, I'm going to bed. This continues the next day, which is on Thursday, which is December 1st, 30 days in November. Where are you? I need you home, et cetera, no response. Again,
He was doing the same 3 days in November.
This continues to the 1st and up until 12:30 on the 2nd, which is a Friday. At 12:30, Caitlin discovered Kirby's body underneath the tarp and the toolbox. She was on the phone with Maddie Jane, who is Kirby's mother, and she called 911, and the investigation ensued from that point. When Caitlin arrived home on the night of the 30th, Kirby's truck was in the driveway. It was locked. The groceries he had purchased from Kroger were still in there, but no Kirby.
Did I miss then why it took her 2 days to call? Sorry, I had a...
According to Karen and Jeff, they came back to Mississippi on Saturday, December 3rd. The funeral was December 17th of 2022. They went back to Virginia, all three, on December 20th. The investigation by the Tippah County Sheriff's Department showed that the security cameras had been disabled. You'll hear evidence about a satchel of money that Kirby commonly carried around, well known, was missing. And the .22 pistol that he commonly carried in his pocket was also missing.
Okay.
Ironically, 1 year later, November 30th of 2023, the Spences were arrested in Virginia.
Oh, I love when
Officers from
justice
Smith
happens
County.
like that. Karmic justice.
They found keys on Mr. Spence to several lock boxes, storage units, etc. And those lock boxes and storage units were searched pursuant to search warrants. And in those lock boxes, we contend were items that belonged to Kirby Carpenter.
Well, that's not great for you, sir.
Jeff Spence had the motive. Jeff Spence pulled the trigger. Jeff Spence murdered Kirby Carpenter. His defense is he wasn't there. We will prove otherwise. Thank you.
Wow, that was a brief opening statement. That's very brief. Okay. So why would you kill and rob your grandchild's dad? Okay.
Good morning. Hope y'all are well this morning. Jeff Spence hasn't killed anybody, and he has chosen in this case.
They have placements that look like that.
To be the criminal defendant. And because he selected to be the criminal defendant, the accused person, the state of Mississippi has gone through all sorts of contortions and changes of pace,
Fair point, lady.
different approaches to make the evidence fit Jeff Spence. It's kind of like trying to put a square peg into a round hole. That's what they've been trying to do for a year and a half. Mr. Newland wants you to pay attention to the timeline. I certainly do. Spences were with their daughter in
I want to see him.
Tippah County for several months in 22. I'd been visiting there off and on for a year and a half or 2 years, but after the baby was born in July of 22, they spent much more time here helping their daughter in the first time, developing mother and son. They were here until November the 29th, as Mr. Mueller told you, and they left at about 3 p.m. Where they live in Virginia, it's not an afternoon's drive. It's 10 hours. They drove 10 hours home. 3 hours of the morning they arrived, get some rest, and the next day they're doing things at their property, their home, that have been neglected for weeks. Spent the day there at their home. The government says, well, let me back up. This case is based on government theory, not government evidence. There is no evidence, none, zero, that Jeff Spence was at Kirby Carpenter's house on November the 30th. I don't dispute that that's the day he died. I just dispute who did it. Obviously somebody was there, knew that he would be there. Jeff Spence didn't like that. One of the things you're going to learn about Kirby Carpenter, you're going to learn a lot more than Mr. Mueller told you. He wasn't just a businessman that he was a drug dealer, and he was a stolen gun runner. We get that from some witnesses right here.
Sorry, I get more coffee.
When he was killed on November 30th, Jeff Spence was with his family, his wife, in Virginia, 10 hours away. The government's first theory, trying to put him in this square hole, said that, well, he never left. He and his wife didn't leave Mississippi. They went to Alabama, got a motel room, and came back. They couldn't develop any evidence for that. So what'd they do? They trashed it. And the next theory, not fact, next theory was that Mrs. Spence, who was severely ill, drove herself back to Virginia on November 29th, 10 hours. And that Jeff Spence stayed behind. Where? They don't have any evidence of where. They don't have any evidence at all. That's theory. And the theory is that he hid out and killed Kirby Carpenter. Now, they couldn't make that fly because if that were the case, Jeff Spence is standing up here in Tippah County, Mississippi, afoot, with no way to get back to Virginia. Well, that wasn't going to fly either. So they trashed it. Third theory is that he drove from Mississippi 10 hours to Virginia, wee hours of the morning, gets some rest, turns right around, and comes back to Mississippi for 10 hours. An almost 70-year-old man driving 20 hours in 24 hours. Hid out and killed Kirby Carpenter. And then 10 hours back to Virginia. It's not plausible. It doesn't fly. As they used to say in West Point, Mississippi, that dog doesn't lie. That is not based on any fact. None. It's based on their theory trying to make a round peg go into a square hole. And it just doesn't fly. One of the things you need to know about Kirby Carpenter, and you'll get it from people on the witness stand. Kirby lived a very self-centered, independent life. Kirby lived life on his terms. He wasn't telling you where he's going tomorrow. He didn't want you to know his schedule. He didn't have a schedule a lot of times. And he was known. Kirby might leave tomorrow, come back Saturday. You never knew. He was that independent. He didn't want anybody telling him what to do. Just think about how foolish it is for the government to take a position on their theory that Jeff Spence would drive 10 hours to Virginia, 10 hours back to Mississippi. How in the hell is he going to see Kirby Carpenter? You know what Kirby Carpenter's schedule was. Coming all that way just on the chance that he might encounter him? Does that make sense? I say no.
I said no. Sorry.
And
it's adorable.
The government has Kirby's cell phone. The government has Jeff's cell phone, or had it. They do what's called an analysis of the phone. In my profession, we call it a dump. I mean, just downloading the information.
It's a classy name for it.
Thousands calls, text messages, whatever. If you take that cell phone of Kirby Carpenter's and you analyze it, you'll see that there was no contact from Jeff Spence to Kirby Carpenter. You're going to be around? I'll see you there about 6:30. Okay. No back and forth. None. No communication. No evidence. Look at Jeff Spence's phone.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't you just call the person you're going to rob? I mean,
there's no communication, and they want you to believe, and we're going to nail this down with their witnesses. They want you to believe that he went to Virginia for 10 hours, drove back 10 hours, killed somebody, drove back to Virginia in 10 hours, all on the chance that he might encounter Kirby Carpenter. It just doesn't fly. Okay.
his daughter lived there, though. I bet he talked to her.
This case went on for a year. The government didn't know who to charge. And they ended up charging the arrest warrant for Jeff Spence was November the 30th. Actually, actually 1 year after Kirby's death. And that warrant was, they hadn't developed any evidence of Jeff's being president of Mississippi, back and forth, nothing. A couple of things I want you to listen to. The warrant that was issued for Jeff's arrest was based on information that a career criminal named David Barnes conjured up to get himself some sort of break from the government, because David Barnes is a career criminal. He's facing life in prison. He's in jail in Tippah County right now, with some special breaks because he's now their trustee. But David Barnes knows how the system is played. He's facing life imprisonment as a career criminal.
That's the other guy.
Mississippi. And he gave a statement on November the 3rd, 2022, after he was arrested yet again for a series of burglaries, break-ins, and thefts. David has a fondness for stealing your stuff, selling it at a pawn shop. As a matter of fact, pawn shop is his nickname, because that's what he does. He steals your stuff and sells it at a pawn shop.
Well, that's not a great nickname. Pawn shop.
He'd already been to prison for doing that years ago, and he got arrested in 2022. Well, let me back up. He worked also. David worked with Kirby Carpenter. When Kirby was found, one of the most decent people that law enforcement talked to was David Barnes. David Barnes didn't give any statements about anybody. He just denied knowledge of everything. And then in 2023, David Barnes gets talked to again by Chris McAllister, Tippah law enforcement. Doesn't say anything about Jeff Spence or anything. He gets talked to again in 2023 about Kirby's case. Again, doesn't say anything incriminating to anybody. Now, November the 3rd of 2023, David gets arrested for 4 more break-ins. 4 more break-ins.
Oh,
And that's when David.
not what I was expecting him to
look like. County to know that, holy cow, I'm in a whole bunch of trouble.
Oh, look at his suit.
So
I love
David makes up a story about something that he heard at Kirby's funeral, that Caitlin, that's Kirby's girlfriend, something that Caitlin said at the funeral, incriminating herself and her father.
I mean, don't get me wrong. David Barnes does not look great in my book either. Right? Is that his name?
Because David is savvy at covering his tail end, so to speak, getting some sort of benefit, some sort of relief. I'll tell you.
That's just like the most southern dude I've ever seen.
And that's the evidence that they were relying on. When I got involved in this case, that was their evidence. It's what David Barnes said.
He looks like Terry Bradshaw.
And,
right? That's his name, right?
Later,
Bradshaw.
recently this year, Caitlin, who felt like she needed to get herself out of trouble, get herself back to her baby, gave a statement to law enforcement. And part of that statement was, David Barnes is a liar. What David Barnes said, I said at the funeral home, is a lie. He's simply making it up. And that's in keeping David Barnes's personality, his temperament. When he gets himself in trouble, he tries to do something to alleviate the trouble.
Right?
And I'll tell you this, David Barnes one
Probably
time
is.
stole a church's money. He stole the money from the church at fault.
But David sounds like a real piece of shit.
And to cover his tracks, to help himself out, you know what he did?
What?
He tried to burn the church down and burn all the evidence. He went to prison for that.
Ooh, this is that's not looking great for
The
third-party defense here. That guy sounds
notion
horrible.
that you're going to hear what Caitlin has to say. I'm telling you, it's all contrived to get herself out of the focus. She's the one who lived with her, not Jeff Spence, not Karen Spence. Caitlin was the one in the house. She was the one who was there. And she was in this house November 29th, 30th, December 1st, December 2nd. And for some reason it took her 4 days to go find her, 3 days to go find Kirby's body.
I mean, I have questions too about that lawyer.
That's
Sure.
something you'll have to determine whether or not she's credible. But you will hear in this case evidence of text messages between Karen, the mother, Caitlin, the daughter, on November 30th, clearly putting Jeff Spence at home in Virginia. Not in Mississippi. When he's in Virginia, he's cooking the meal for the family.
Good morning.
He's not on his way to Mississippi. They want to think 10 hours up, 10 hours back. No. November 30th, Jeff Spence was at his home, taking care of his business, taking care of his relationship with his wife.
Sorry, Teresa.
Minding their own business. And as we go through this case, bear in mind, there's no evidence, no hard, direct evidence putting Jeff Spence where they want him to be, where they're trying to make you think he was. No fault. They say that when they searched the safe deposit box in Virginia, they found Jeff Spence's collection of stuff. I mean, what Kirby was doing in terms of what I told you yesterday, I call collectibles. Jeff's been doing it since Kirby was not even out of diapers. That's how long Jeff's been collecting coins, medals. That's it. Kirby was a baby. And they do find in this safety deposit box some things that Jeff had gotten from Kirby. He bought from Kirby. They did business together. Not all the time. Jeff did business with a lot of people. But
I thought they didn't talk.
He did business with Kirby, and I can't tell you exactly everything that's in that box that he had bought from Kirby, but he did. He had a relationship, a business relationship with Kirby, not just a family relationship. One of the things I want you to focus on is when Kirby's body was found on December 2nd, found by Caitlin on December 2nd. Law enforcement then floods the place. Okay. Chris McAllister, who is the case agent, I think, in this case, is a deputy sheriff investigator in Temple County. I think he's going to be the first one. Kirby had a room in his house that everybody called the safe room. When I say a safe room, I don't mean a place you hid in tornadoes. A room full of safes. I don't know, a wall covered in safes. Had stuff in it. Now,
Just has stuff.
if Jeff was the killer on November the 30th in the evening when he was at home in Virginia, and if what was in his safe deposit box came from Kirby, you would think that there would be some damage to those safes. Some prying remote, breaking the locks. There's no evidence of that. Whoever killed Kirby wanted to kill Kirby. Wanted to kill Kirby. And Kirby, I told you, meth dealer, pill dealer, gun dealer. Kirby lived a high risk and dangerous lifestyle.
Oh,
And he was in a dispute almost completely daily with somebody about usually money. He sold a liquor store to the guy, and I've subpoenaed that guy, but I can't find him. And that guy had made a verbal threat to Kirby shortly before Kirby's death. Kirby was threatened the year before by another County resident with whom he had a business dispute over $2,500. Guy threatened to shoot him in the face and crying out loud, or haul him out in the street in Ripley and beat him to death in the streets. Kirby just recently, before he was killed, sold some lab diamonds, fake diamonds, to a Chattanooga diamond dealer and ripped him off, passed off the diamonds as real, and they weren't. He was dealing with meth dealers, even at his house at Lake Mohawk, at various parking lots. And he had a gang in Memphis that he dealt with regularly. So, pay attention to all these details. Just bear in mind that the government's burden is to prove to you that I think Jeff did business with Kirby. I admit that, he did. But business with a lot of people. Make the government prove to you that Jeff Spence was at County Road 600, Tippah County, Mississippi, on November the 30th, at whatever time they say, 7 or 8 p.m. I can prove it to you beyond reasonable doubt and to your individual satisfaction. And I'll be revisiting all of these facts with you as we go through the witness. Thank you so much.
they need to get mics for these guys, okay? Oh my goodness. So basically, he was like, there's this David Burns guy who we're going to hear from, who
Which
is a
state
giant
called
piece
us
of
the
shit.
first witness? All right.
Oh, I'm never going to be. We're
Somebody
not even.
find Mr. McAllister.
Somebody find. We don't even know where people are.
Now they can't anyway.
He also kind of dragged and was a little victim blaming with Kirby, implying that he dealt drugs and guns as well. And a lot of people he had disagreements with. I don't know how true that is. But that's just what he was saying. I'm just saying what the lawyer said. And oof, I don't know. I mean, this David Burns guy does sound a little suspicious, but 2 very short. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a long trial, you guys. I would say like 3 to 7 days max. If that. Also, look at that linoleum back there. Oof.
Around Mr.
Yikes.
McAllister and face the court reporter, be sworn in, please.
I'm going to try to get these names, but.
I do.
Have a seat there in the witness chair. And you may proceed when you're ready.
Can we have him spell his name, please, and thank you?
Chris McAllister.
Chris.
I'm an investigator with Tippah County Sheriff's Office.
All right, how long have you been an investigator with the Tippah County Sheriff's Department?
I don't know if this is
Over
right,
the
Chris,
years,
but
probably since 1995, off and on.
As an investigator or just in law enforcement in general?
In general, law enforcement, but at the same time, I pretty much investigated off and on my whole
Nailed
career.
it.
All right.
Says
In
it on
Tippah
his
County your
shirt.
whole life?
No.
All right, tell the jury about that.
I've been there probably since 1991. My father was a preacher and we moved around a lot. So
Okay. So in 91, you moved to Ripley?
I believe that's correct.
Okay. Were you in law enforcement before then?
No,
How old were you in 91?
20, I'm in to think.
Didn't know they were gonna get mad.
22, I think 22.
We don't zoom out period.
22 years old?
Yeah, 22 or 23.
And have you always been, when you got into law enforcement, with Tippah County Sheriff's Department?
Yeah, when I started out, I was actually in college and did an internship class through the Sheriff's Department. That's how I came to work there.
All right. How many sheriffs have you worked for?
I think 5.
Okay. Been involved in investigations most of that time.
Most of the time.
How many murder cases do you think you've
I
investigated?
have got to find my placemat so you can
Myself,
see it's
probably
exactly
8 or
the same
9.
as this shirt.
How many times have you ever testified in court on criminal cases like this?
Oh, wow.
Probably over 100 anyway.
Now, as well as being the investigator
I love
with
their
Tippah
accent.
County Sheriff's Department, were you what was your position in November of 2022?
Investigator.
Any other roles with the Tippah County Sheriff's Department?
At that time, I don't think so.
All right. After that, became chief deputy at some point.
Well, right now, I'm pretty much acting that right now.
Is that microphone on?
I don't know. It is. I hear it moving.
Can you get it a little closer to
I
it?
can. Is that better?
I don't know. All right.
I'll try to talk louder. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah,
All right,
I think this
so,
is going to be a very entertaining trial.
In November of 2022, were you also the coroner?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's all
I
right.
was.
He's
You're
also a
for Tippah
coroner?
County?
Yes.
How long had you been coroner for Tippah, or how long have you been coroner for Tippah County?
About 9 years.
Okay. Elected position?
Yes.
Okay.
What are your duties as a coroner?
To investigate deaths, determine the cause of death and whether it was natural or not.
All right, if you're called out as an investigator to a death, how do you,
I try to keep it separate
all right,
as much as I can.
I would think that'd be a little, conflicting.
now, did you know Kirby Carpenter
I did.
prior to November of 2022?
I did.
How did you know him?
I just knew who he was and he knew who I was. It was basically handshake, how you been doing? And that was about it.
Well, see, for lack of a better way to put it, well-known in Tippah County and Ripley.
I'd say so, yes.
And why is that?
Because he
Sounds
did a
about
lot
right.
of dealing in precious metals and had a little pawn shop. Well, he didn't like the word pawn shop, they said.
Yeah.
He had a store there in town that, on the square, that he did a lot of business out of.
Right across from the courthouse?
Yes.
All right. Did you run into him just like you would anybody that had a well-known established business? In
Yeah,
Ripley?
pretty much. Just might bump into him every now and then.
Did you know who his people were?
I didn't really know them,
Not at the time.
not at the time.
Okay. Now, did you know prior to November of 22, any other ventures that Kirby Carpenter would have been involved in?
I know he had opened a liquor store up in Ripley whenever they finally voted liquor in.
So,
Did that for a few years and I believe he sold the liquor store and then had bought another one in Boonville. And I think at the time he was killed, he had pretty much sold it also.
okay. All right, now tell the jury about how you became aware that Kirby Carpenter had been killed.
I was driving to Walnut actually to pick something up on my lunch break. I received a phone call. I think I received 2, one from Keith Bullock, who was the school resource officer that day, and Sheriff Gillard had called me as well. Advised me I needed to come out to Kirby Carpenter's house, gave me the address. As soon as I, got back. So I finished doing what I was going to do, went back to the house, changed out vehicles, and then went straight out there.
Okay. Do you know what day that was on?
On Wednesday, it was on Friday, December the 2nd.
Probably in the bowling alley on top.
Do you know what time you got that call?
Sometime after 12:30.
Okay. So Friday, December 2nd, around 12:30 midday, you received a call from Keith Bullock and Sheriff Gillard.
Yes.
And they notified you that Kirby Carpenter had been killed. Did you know where his home was?
I did not.
They
I
give
didn't
you
know
the
where he
address?
lived. They gave me the address.
All right. And so you were on that Friday driving your washer to Walnut to get repaired?
Yeah, I was actually, my washing machine had torn up, and I went to Walnut. There's a store there that sells washing machines. So I went up there to pick a washing machine up on my lunch break.
You were picking it up, took it back home?
Yes.
Reported to
Correct.
Kirby Carpenter's home?
Yes.
Do you know that address?
6071 County Road 600, Boonville.
Okay.
Boonville's gonna be a Tippah County address. Some of the addresses out there are Ripley addresses. Some of them are Boonville addresses, and some of them are Baldwin addresses. They several different.
When you're close to the line, sometimes they call it the address for a town that's in
Close
the other
by,
county.
correct.
But at that location, at that address, where you reported to, where you
That's
found
funny.
the crime scene, was that in Tippah County,
It was.
state of Mississippi?
It was.
Okay. How long did it take you to get from when you received the call to when you arrived on the scene?
Probably, just estimate, probably 45 minutes.
Okay. Do you know what time you arrived at the scene,
I don't exactly.
approximately?
Probably 1:20. I don't know for sure.
Okay. When you arrived, what did you observe?
When I arrived, several of the deputies were there. The sheriff was there. Several other individuals was present. I walked up there, told Deputy Bullock to kind of keep everybody at the bottom of the driveway. Went up there and talked to Carl Gillard, the sheriff. I think Josh Bateman was there, used to be an investigator with us. And a couple other people, they directed me over to where the body was.
Okay.
When I got to where the body was, I observed Mr. Carpenter laying on his back, had a curtain covered up over him, and a truck toolbox laying on top of the curtain.
Okay. I'm going to back up just a little bit.
Okay.
Were you able to, or were you aware that a 911 call had been made?
Yes.
All right. Were you made aware who made that call?
Yes.
And who made that call?
Caitlin Spence.
And when you arrived on the scene, was that person identified to you?
Yes.
So Caitlin Spence was there.
At the scene, correct.
Okay. Your Honor, if I could have this marked for ID. Yes, sir. I'm going to hand you what's been, I'm sorry. I'm going to hand you what's marked as Exhibit 1 for ID.
Yes,
Recognize that?
I do.
Have you reviewed the contents of that
I have.
jump drive?
I have.
Does it accurately depict the 911 call?
It did when I listened to it, yes.
Your Honor, the state would ask this be received into evidence.
I'm not sure I know exactly what it is.
911.
Oh, it'd be a 911 call. All right. It'd be good.
Permission to publish.
Okay. Everybody good on the jury? I told y'all yesterday that if you ever need a break, with my attention, I mean it. I don't want anybody to uncomfortable, okay?
While they're setting that up, I want to review again with you who was present. Was Keith Bullock there?
He was.
And Keith Bullock was the constable.
Yeah, he is the constable, but he works as a school resource officer, a deputy through us, assigned to Pine Grove School.
So if you just explain to the jury, if a 911 call comes in, if somebody calls 911, where does that phone call go? And what happens from a law enforcement standpoint once that call is made?
Usually whenever they call 911, our phone system like backs up several seconds before it starts, answering. I don't understand how it does that, but it does. It goes into our 911 system. Once it comes into there, the dispatcher will give us out a call of what the best they can find out what's going on, and then dispatch an officer out to the scene.
All right. So the dispatch went out to anybody nearby as well.
Yes,
Is it your understanding that Keith Bullock was the first to arrive at the scene?
he was.
Law enforcement wise?
He was. The school's not real far, probably maybe a couple of miles from where he lives,
Okay.
where Kirby lived, I'm sorry.
All right. You say that Sheriff Gillard was there when you arrived?
He was.
All right. Who is he? Who is he?
Carl Gillard, the sheriff.
All right. How long has he been sheriff?
I think this is fourth term.
Fourth term?
I believe that's right.
Had the scene been roped off already when you got out?
When I got there, it was.
All right. And you said that Caitlin Spence was identified.
Yes.
Were you able to determine her relationship to the victim as part
Yes.
of your investigation?
Yes.
Can you tell the jury who that is?
Kirby's girlfriend that lived there with him.
All right. Were you able to determine how long she had lived there with Kirby?
Mhm. I'm thinking since, and I may be wrong on this, it's several years.
Several years.
Several years, maybe 2019 for some reason I'm thinking, but I'm not sure.
Were you able to determine whether they had any children together?
Yes.
All right. How old was that child? And
I think the child was about 3 months old.
what's the child's name?
Enola.
Okay. Were you able to identify Dwayne Jones?
Yes.
Who is Dwayne Jones?
Maddie Jane Jones, who's Kirby's mother, it's her husband.
Okay. And he was there.
Yes.
All right. Do you know how it came to be as part of your investigation that Dwayne Jones was present when at the time you arrived?
I was told later on by Maddie Jane that she had called Dwayne because he was a lot closer. She knew something was going on at Kirby's, but wasn't sure what, and told him to get over there fast.
All right. So on the 911 tape, you're going to hear the dispatcher's voice, Caitlin's voice, and later on Dwayne Jones.
Yes.
Is it your understanding that he arrived during that 911 call?
Yes.
Okay. And Dwayne Jones married to Maddie Jones,
Yes.
and Maddie Jones is
Kirby's mother.
Kirby's mother.
Yes.
Okay.
could not find my placemat. I went looking everywhere for it. But one time I can't find that ugly thing. I have 2 of them, but I don't know where they are. But man, I love these. I can walk around
All
and
right,
hear
before you
everything
play
still.
that, wanted to back up. You had said something about when somebody places that 911 call, even before the dispatcher answers that call, the conversation, the phone call is being recorded.
Yes.
Okay.
County Road what? What county road are you on? Ma'am? What county road are you on? I understand 1671, but what county road are you on? Okay, what's going on there? What's going on? Ma'am, what's going on?
Well, this isn't helpful.
All right. If I can ask questions while it's being played. Now, when you heard the dial tone, if anybody who had placed that call said anything or made any noise,
I didn't hear anything till they answered.
but you would have been able to hear it.
Yes.
And then later, you heard the dispatcher ask about the location and tried to find out what was going on.
Yes.
Correct. And they were able to determine the location.
Eventually, I believe so.
All right. Now, and you can play it. Anything about that area? Anything about that area that may have affected the signal?
There's very little service there.
Is that what it sounded like to you?
I don't know, it sounded like it was the clear line, but it just, nobody would say anything till they answered. That's what it sounded like to me.
Okay.
I like how the closed caption even gave up.
All right. Did the person call back after it lost signal there?
Yes.
All right, play the second one.
I wonder if that's Kirby's mom sitting behind Jeff there. Kirby was the one that was killed. Kelly got the shotgun.
Are you in your name when? I can't understand you when it's all male. Okay? Just take a deep breath, okay?
Those church bells are haunting.
Ma'am. Ma'am, just take a deep breath. I can't understand you. Ma'am, I can't understand you, okay? You want?
Probably. Hi, Dave.
Ma'am, are you somebody who passed away? Okay, what is your name, Mom?
I mean, I'm just saying, if I would find Elbow Feet dead, I would be hysterical as well.
Take your way, okay?
The emergency lady would probably be yelling at me too.
Take a deep breath.
But also, his girlfriend took a plea deal for this case, so a little different.
Ma'am, take a deep breath, okay?
It's a family affair again. Very true. Works every time.
Ma'am, is there somebody else there with you?
Yes. My daughter, Caitlin, is taking a plea deal to testify against her parents. Well, now just dad.
So are y'all outside? Yeah, don't move it, don't leave it. Okay. Well, that's the reason we're on, the other people are coming, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all take the there, okay?
This is a very long talk.
All right, so the first voice was Caitlin, the female voice,
Yes,
and she was able to provide some useful information about location for law enforcement to show up.
yes,
Now, even under the best of conditions, when you listen to it, you're able to hear more information than we were able to hear in open court. We know this courtroom acoustically is
Rick
not
is
suited
overrated.
for being able to hear as much as you could if you were in your office.
yes,
But we were still able to make out some things. Toward the end, you had already told the jury that Dwayne had shown up,
yes,
Maddie's husband.
yes.
Was he able to provide more information to
He
the
was,
dispatcher?
he was,
And did he describe where Kirby was?
he did.
What did he say?
I said he was outside on the ground with a toolbox on top of him.
All right. Now, I'm going to have you look at A through 2. All right. Collective exhibit for ID 2. Have you seen these before?
I photographed him.
All right, you made these photographs.
I did.
And I'm just going to flip through them real quick. Have you seen each and every photo
I have.
that I'm showing you?
Yes,
Do they accurately depict what you observed and took photographs of
they do.
on December 2nd, 2022?
They do.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have you look at the very first one now that we've gone through all of them. 2A through 2T. 2A through T. I would ask that they be received into evidence. Yes, sir.
2A through 2T.
I'm going to hand you 2A, and we're going to try to project that image on the TV so everybody can see it.
Oh, thank you. We would love to see things, please, and thank you.
Can you see the image on the TV?
I can.
All right.
They have a
Tell
nice
the jury
ass
what
house.
that is, what you observed.
That's a picture of Kirby Carpenter's house.
All right. Now, anything else of significance for the jury?
His truck's parked right there in the very front or the driveway on the side.
I
All
do
right,
have
and I
my button in
believe,
case they show a
uh,
body. I have to immediately take it down.
It
So
was later determined that that truck was locked.
they're not
It
used to
was.
cameras there.
All right.
So
And groceries inside
Yes,
in the grocery bag?
yes,
All right. Door locked. Were you ever able to find the keys to that truck?
it was in his, the key fob was in his pocket.
Okay. Good deal. All right, anything else?
You can see the coverall where his body was, but it was on the other side of the coverall from the side that it shows.
All right, show me what you mean.
It's okay. Me really either,
This
Michael.
is
We're in it together.
This one side of the coverall, the other side of the coverall garage is where his body was, right over there.
Okay. So the coverall is that gray shed,
Yes.
and if I talking about this building right here.
Yes.
or Shed.
It is.
You're saying the body was found on this side of the house?
Yes.
Okay. Now, can you tell the jury what the ground was, what the conditions were like?
The ground was wet
Okay.
when we were
Why?
there. I believe it had rained the day before,
Okay.
Why was the ground wet?
best I can remember. But
Still kind of saturated,
it was still wet, yes.
spongy?
Yes.
All right. Do 2 double A.
Just what was she doing for 2 days that it took her that long to be like concerned enough to call 911? It's weird.
He's
Was it muddy enough to track? Yeah.
You asked to be admitted.
It already has, it just didn't get marked.
We do your best. We do your best.
Probably,
Is
Angela.
that okay?
That's fine.
All right. All right, looking at 2 double A, and is there any way you can zoom that out and make that image bigger? Yeah, there you go. All
I
right,
saw 2 of those
Looking at
Facebook ones
2
you sent
double
me.
A,
Same.
can you orient the jury to this photograph?
Yes, that's looking back from the corner of Kirby's truck back toward the carport door that was open.
Is it underneath that coverall?
That's under the one side of the coverall.
All right, down on the right bottom, looks like a vintage car.
Yes.
All right. And was Kirby known to be, buying and selling, horse trading and buying cars?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the truck there, did you know that to be Kirby's truck?
I didn't at the time.
All right. All right, looking at 2B, can you see that on the screen?
Yes.
All right, in relation to the image that we just saw, can you orient the jury to this?
That's where his body
From
was.
where I just took the other picture, I
That
take
brown thing in the
several
middle.
steps to the right, and then that was the other side of the coverall garage.
All right. Now, there's a car on the right side of that image.
Yes.
What is that?
That's another vehicle that Kirby had.
All right, it's got a rack on top,
It does,
and then you just see, what's that back there?
side by side.
All right, here's this, what are these over here on this part of the coverall?
There was toolboxes that were stacked up, 3 left stacked, and then 1 on top of his body.
And just some other property, can you identify any of that? It's not important.
Just odds and ends out there, nothing that was really significant to me.
Odds and ends everywhere, right?
Yes, everywhere.
Buckets, and then what is this right here?
4-wheeler,
Okay, 4-wheeler, and that's called a side-by-side?
side by side, yes.
And then this right here, behind the 4-wheeler, is that a vintage car?
Yes, it is.
Do you know what kind it is?
I do not, I don't remember.
All right, what is this right here?
Lawnmower seat.
Do you know what kind of lawnmower that is with that X right there?
I think it's the X mark.
X mark?
I think that's right.
All right, so this part of the house right here, if I go this way, where am I going?
Back toward the carport,
Back toward the
the open
carport?
garage.
It was very much a pawn shop, no matter how much you didn't want to call it one. It was
Yes.
very much. one of
locked with the
those.
key in it, and the groceries still, where were the groceries in the truck?
Passenger side floorboard front.
All right. Going to hand you to C. Looking at that photo, can you orient the jury based on the other photographs we've seen?
It's just a closer shot from a different angle from the last picture where the toolbox was on top of it.
All right,
It looks like
we're
that other
gonna
picture was taken from
do my
this
face
vantage point.
Yes,
because
it was.
YouTube doesn't seem to like that stuff. So just a
Looking
second.
back
I
at
gotta go
her
take us back and forth.
and took this picture.
I did.
All right, there's the vintage car, there's the lawnmower, there's Kirby's truck, correct?
Yes,
All right, what's this down here on the bottom left?
that's Kirby's body.
Okay. Is that in the same condition as when you arrived on the scene?
When I arrived, that's what I saw.
All right. So I believe your testimony was you saw his boots. Was it unusual the way you found him?
Definitely.
Why?
Cause he was covered up like,
All right, so here, you see this, it looks like a tarp. What was
it's
it?
a curtain,
A curtain?
a curtain, yes,
Was it draped over his body?
it was.
All right, and then on top of the curtain, what was it?
Truck toolbox,
A big toolbox was laid on top of it?
yes.
All right, let's go back to that. Do you see? Was there, first of all, how far is it from the carport to where his body lay?
About 30 feet.
Okay. And did you observe anything unusual? You talked about the conditions
Looked like drag marks
from
from
there,
that area back to where the body was.
and you took a video.
Sorry, guys.
I did.
All right.
Okay.
2D, what was significant about that?
I know it's not
Picture of
graphic,
what I believe
but
drag
YouTube
marks.
Okay.
does not like that
Now-
kind of stuff. So
It's really, you can kind of say it better in this than when you look on the screen.
You can.
Uh,
is it graphic? No.
So-
I mean, it's only his feet, but you know how
may I have
YouTube
the
is.
Witness step down and just show, using this exhibit, what he's talking about and why this photograph was taken, the significance of it.
You may.
All right.
Step over to the
No,
side, or paragraph, okay.
Yeah, you've got to speak louder too, if that's okay.
So I'm not in.
Yep, you can stand wherever you want.
All right, right here. This piece of wood. Look real
Oh,
close, you
oh,
can
that-
see
I'll-
marks through the dirt.
I will try to watch this today, Buffy. I'm so sorry. I forgot.
And that trail ended up where, I guess you saw his
Where
boots?
the body was, yes. I don't know, can I hand them the picture? to look at, or just-
No,
Okay, I just,
just point on the picture so they can see. Can I publish this picture the old fashioned way?
The old-fashioned
You got
way.
a bailiff? All right, take a seat. And what you observed, a little trail from the garage to where his body lay, match up with the boots kind of? Is you think that's
it
what?
was the same general direction.
All right. And you ended up taking a video of that as well,
I did,
that we'll get into in just a minute, okay?
yes, I did.
All right. With your permission, Your Honor, while that's being passed around, I'll continue to ask questions. I think they can multitask. All right, looking at 2, E,
Yes.
2E, orient the jury to this photograph.
Just another angle of what I observed,
Just
Kind
gonna
of
do
backed up
that.
a little bit.
backed up a little bit.
I left it long
Mr.
enough so you guys
Carpenter's
couldn't
body
see
there.
it,
You
but
see a boot sticking out, you can see the toolbox on top of it.
I don't know how she didn't see it. Is all I'm saying. It's very obvious.
How long you been in law enforcement?
Over 30 years.
Did this have any significance to you, just when you observe it?
To me, it said, basically somebody was putting the body there where either somebody else would not see it or they wouldn't have to look at it, one of the two.
Okay. What does that suggest to you?
Somebody close had something to do with it.
As
A
opposed
normal
to,
person, I believe, if they come rob somebody, based on what I've seen over the last 30 years, that you're going to kill somebody and rob them and take their stuff. You're going to leave the body laying where it is. You're not going to try to hide the body. You're going to try to get out of there as fast as you can.
okay.
It's a fair point. You don't want to get caught. So somebody felt
Yeah,
like they had enough
yeah.
time
Thank
to dilly-dally around.
All right. And we'll go through some of these a little quicker.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We're looking at 2F. Why don't you take this
Dilly-dally.
photograph of Kirby Carpenter's book?
We're not going to have accents
Well,
at the
one,
end
they
of
were
this trial.
sticking out. Another reason, there's blood on them.
Is that what you're
I think
referring
that's
to
okay.
right there,
Yes.
as I'm pointing to the screen?
Yes.
Now, did you follow the trail from the body back to the carport?
I did.
All right. I'll zoom in a little bit, Carson. Now, we saw the odds and ends and around the outside of the house, but looking into the carport, does this image kind of accurately depict what you observed in the condition of the carport
Yes.
and stuff everywhere?
Yes.
All right, what about this garbage
Interesting.
can? With, it looks like the contents have been spilled.
It does.
Was that? Do you have an idea of how that happened?
I don't know if it was done during a struggle, somebody falling, or if it was done by the dog.
Hold on 1 second. We got an objection.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear.
I don't want to speculate and guessing. That sounds like
Don't speculate, but you can offer opinions anyway.
Did it appear to you from observing that crime scene that all that on the floor had been in the garbage can?
Yeah, I believe it had, yeah.
Do you know how it got emptied out of the
I do
garbage can?
not.
Was the garbage can turned over
It looks like it was to me.
and the contents were spilled out?
That's what it appears to be.
Definitely looks like a struggle thing to me. Oops, sorry, guys. Let's pull that down there. Oh, but I need it up in case they show things that
Looking at
just make it smaller.
2H.
There we go.
If you don't mind, zoom in on that bottom part of the image. All right. Before you took this picture, you had to take the toolbox off and the curtain.
We did.
Why did you do that?
I had to be able to do that to inspect the body.
And you also said you were performing.
Yes.
Were you out there as a performer?
No.
Who was your deputy?
Scott Watts.
Did you call him out there?
I did have a period of time, I don't remember exactly how long it was.
So you gave those duties to your deputy?
I did.
But here, did you make any observations about any injuries to Kirby Carpenter?
Shotgun blast,
And how were you able to determine that?
because I've seen them several times before.
All right, you've seen him before, and can you describe the specific injuries that you observed and why you arrived at that conclusion to the jury?
Hi,
He was
Amy.
shot in the right chest area, neck area
All right,
with a shotgun.
buckshot. What's the difference
It looks
between,
like buckshot.
if you don't mind, describe just the different kinds of shells that a 12 gauge shotgun
Well,
can.
you got a bird shot, which is a whole lot of pellets. Buckshot, smaller amount of pellets, but larger pellets. And then you have like a slug. The slug's just one solid piece of.
We learned all about these in the Murdaugh trial.
All right,
Or lead, I'm sorry.
and do you know if it was buckshot, what a pattern is?
Yeah.
Can you explain that to the jury?
The closer you are, the closer the pattern is. Tight, right? In closer.
In a pattern of what?
Just where the shot.
Sit
is.
down.
Okay. So if somebody is this close, the pattern is
It's
going
gonna
to
be
be.
smaller.
And the further back you get,
The larger the pattern is.
did you make any observations about the pattern
Yes, I
based on
did.
the injuries you observed?
I did.
But it was really close, wasn't it?
And what was that?
It wasn't just up real close, but
Oh.
and I'm guessing that from here to you probably.
Okay.
We estimate the distance from here to you.
From here to there.
He says from, Mr. Calhoun says the distance was from where he's sitting, where he's standing behind the podium.
Is this an objection?
And it is for the record, I would like to have him.
May we approach?
Oh, they're doing a sidebar. It's our first. Speaking of, IKEA came to the U.S. on September 27th, 1985, and is celebrating its 40th anniversary in the U.S. We're the same age, me and U.S. IKEA. I learned that yesterday. They're doing a bunch of stuff. Not sponsored. We're not sponsored by Krispy Kreme or IKEA. But I saw that fun fact last night when I was perusing Reddit. So for those of you that just got here, this is our first witness. He's an investigator, also coroner. It's a very, very small town. And they're just talking about going to the location and finding the body outside, where like a truck toolbox was on top of the body and it was covered.
Yes.
All right. This is going to be.
We do love our food, Angie. Thank you.
What was Kirby Carpenter wearing at the time that he was shot?
I think that's okay. Oh,
Boots,
man.
jeans, a shirt, and a jacket.
All right. Have layers?
It did.
I don't
Do you
either.
think that impacted the amount of blood that you observed on the scene?
Definitely.
Why?
Because the more clothes you have on, the more it is to soak blood up
Nope,
and stuff
okay.
like that.
Okay. Now, looking at Exhibit 2J.
No, I gotta have my button ready.
You can zoom in, Austin. What was the significance of taking this photo?
We photographed items that was in his pocket as we pulled them out. And it was $2,800 cash in his pocket.
All right. $2,800
getting close
cash
to a
on him.
face.
Was that significant to you at the time?
Sorry,
Why?
guys.
Just because normally when somebody's going to kill somebody and rob them, they would take the cash that's on him.
All right.
That's what I said, sir.
So there was cash in his pocket.
It was.
Were you able later to determine? All right, we'll come back to that point, okay?
Okay.
But it was significant at the time that he had $2,600 in his pocket.
I think it was 28, but I think it's, I believe that's right.
okay? You can zoom in on that.
What are we zooming in on, sir?
Whose hand is that?
Kirby Carpenter's right hand.
All right. Do you know any injuries?
I don't see any injuries.
What was the discoloration of the finger?
Post-mortem stuff that happened.
Is just the general positioning of the hand that's significant?
Yeah, it's kind of odd,
Okay.
the way it looked.
He also had a gun on him as well, but it was missing, if I remember right, from
I don't
opening
know
statement.
exactly.
Okay. All right, 2L. You can zoom in on that too, Carson. Now, what do you see on that, the jeans?
Soul,
Okay. Did it
Sole?
look like that
Sorry.
from where he lay, there
Sole?
was dirt that could
the drag marks I saw earlier.
okay. Is that why you took the photo?
It is.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Your Honor, typically with family, I did not think
Yeah, they're about ready to show some not great pictures. Prosecutor said typically we let family leave when we do this. So that is what they're talking about right now, is they might let the family leave before.
You may proceed.
Oh boy. Okay. I have to go to the bathroom, but I will sit here just in case. Court TV is usually pretty good about it, but you know, stuff happens.
if we're
I've seen
ready,
it.
I'll show this next image that is a little more graphic. And I'll advise the court when we remove it as well. If you don't mind, display that next image. And zoom in.
Sounds like family's leaving. Sounds like somebody's leaving.
This image shows the injuries that you provided testimony about earlier regarding the pattern.
Yes.
If you don't mind, can you, if the court, with the court's approval, step down and just show the general pattern that you were speaking of?
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, camera guy, don't do it.
General pattern.
Okay, stop on the judge.
Let me go over here. Right here.
Or is that testimony I didn't hear?
Right here is the general pattern, like here to here is where the hill is.
Now, before you sit down, it appears to be some red coming out of his mouth. Can you describe what that means to you, not only as an investigator that has investigated multiple murders, as a coroner as well?
Possibly blood, but more than likely it's post-mortem stuff because he appeared to have been dead for a couple of days.
Okay, so that may not have happened at the time of the mechanism of death.
May not have. No.
It's post-mortem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You take that to the next image.
You gonna have any more like that? Hang on, let people know that left that picture's no longer up.
Okay, so they only were showing the one at a time. Thank you, cameraman, for not making YouTube unhappy.
I'm gonna hand you 2 in and 2 O. And I'm gonna have Carson zoom in on the 2 in. Do you see that projected on the screen?
I do.
Can you identify what that is and where it was located?
It's a 22 Magnum cartridge. It was found in his jacket pocket.
All right, show the 2.
Oh, wow. Oh, shit.
3 22 Magnum cartridges.
Where were they from?
I think they were found in another pocket.
All right, so he, meaning Kirby Carpenter, had these rounds in
He did.
his coat pocket and somewhere else.
I believe so.
And you called it a 22 Magnum?
Yes.
All right. Were you able to identify, as part of your investigation, whether Kirby commonly carried a weapon?
I was told by his family and stuff that he generally always has a weapon.
Did you look for a 22 Magnum
I did.
revolver on the scene?
I did.
Did you find one?
I did not.
All right. And I don't think it's disputed that Kirby dealt in large quantities of cash, large quantities of gold,
That's right.
large quantities of silver, large quantities of valuable coins, and other things.
Right at note
Yes,
1 hour,
Carried that with him.
he
47
did.
seconds.
Do you know people that are engaged in that kind of business not to have protection with them at all times?
I probably would.
Okay. Were you able to find any kind of weapon either in the vehicle or on his person?
There was multiple vehicles in the weapon, but none that matched that.
Okay. No 22 Magnum.
No.
All right.
No, it wasn't too bad, but it was his face
Without
and
projecting these images up,
his eyes were
I
open
think
and
the jury can see
I
them
don't know.
fairly good.
We'll probably still get rid
Now,
of it
in your
anyway, out of
investigation,
respect for the
Looking at
fam.
2Q and 2R,
Yes.
can you, that's going to be on the carport, the vinyl siding?
It is.
Metal siding?
It is walking into the carport to the right on the vinyl siding or metal siding.
And you don't know when that happened,
I do not.
but you took pictures.
I did.
Vehicle.
Where's that in location of this?
Uh,
Yeah, it's right
I think it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's the same thing. It's just one's enlarged.
See that? See that? Something. All right, and then 2S,
House keys
where were they found?
on the other side of the garbage can. On the opposite side where the mess was, they were on the other side.
Oh, so
They weren't on his person,
interesting.
the house keys.
No.
All right, can you go back to Carson, the garbage can? I'm sorry. I'm gonna hand you the exhibit of the house keys.
Oh, hello,
Now, can
Liz.
you step
Sorry you're not
down and
feeling
show
well.
The jury where you found these things?
I can.
It definitely looks like the can got kicked around or thrown even. Since it's scattered everywhere. Who's that guy? The computer guy. look at his face. Oh, okay.
All right. So looking at the screen, now we're projecting 2Fs on the screen. Do you see that?
I do.
All right, we've already oriented the jury to that earlier picture of the garbage can we did not film.
Yes.
This white area depicted in this exhibit, what is that?
That's the plastic garbage can,
And then behind the garbage can were the,
house keys.
where you found the keys.
Yes.
And how were you able to determine that they were the keys to the house?
We tried one of them, it opened the door.
Good. We're happy to have you here.
All right. Looking at 2T, zoom in closer. Why did you take this photograph?
It appeared to be blood in the carport.
Had it been, is that the condition that it was in when you took the photograph?
Yes.
And did you see it when you first?
It was covered up by a curtain when we first got there.
Okay. What curtain?
Another curtain.
All right.
There were sets of curtains, all like the one that was covering his body in the corner of the carport.
Now, you found the keys, you found the 22 Magnum shells. You did not find a 22 Magnum revolver.
I did not.
Was there anything else that you were looking for that Kirby was known to carry with him routinely?
A satchel.
Why were you looking for that satchel?
Because Kirby's family, well, particularly Maddie Jane, had told me that he always has a satchel with him that has a large amounts of money and or gold and silver that he's traded for when in the last day or so.
What kind of satchel did they describe to you?
It was some kind of little bag that held over your shoulder. I guess it'd be kind of like a man purse or something, I guess.
Okay.
I was wondering yesterday
And,
how you'd carry this stuff around. So
Was that something
good
you
question.
wore for
That's a good
fashion or
question.
for business?
For business.
And we've heard a lot of testimony, uncontradicted, what kind of business he was in. And he carried that with him as part of his business day to day.
He did.
And what would he carry in that bag?
I was told large amounts of money, maybe gold or silver.
He's the investigator.
Rephrase the question.
Okay.
As part of your investigation, were you able to determine what he typically carried in that, without saying what anybody told you, what he normally carried in that bag?
Money.
And was that consistent with the business he was in?
It was.
Is that consistent with anybody who's in that business?
I'm assuming, yes.
Don't assume.
Yeah.
If you know, you
Well,
know.
I
If you
mean,
don't, you don't.
I don't know that then for sure.
All right. Did you find a bag in the truck?
No.
Did you find a bag in the carport?
No.
Did you search the house?
Best we could.
Did you find a bag?
No.
No, Liz, they did not find the satchel containing all of the money. They believed he was robbed by the older gentleman you'll see at the table. That would have been his girlfriend's dad, because it's a whole family affair. Mom, daughter in jail, already pled. And now the father is on trial for, it's believed and alleged that he actually shot Kirby.
All right. Looking at Exhibit 3, where did you get this?
It was, I didn't get it. The
Allegedly,
family
yes,
gave
Dave.
it to the DA's office
That guy.
All right.
for trial.
Can you identify it,
Kirby Carpenter, a picture of him.
when he was alive?
Yes.
And when you observed him on the 2nd of December of 2022, was he alive?
No.
You're fine, Dave. We're all pretty new to this trail. I don't know a lot about it, so it's okay. We're learning as we go, just like the jury. So the defendant. And this takes place in Mississippi, in case anyone was not here earlier and wondering about the accents. Allegedly, I am dilly-dallying too much. Get it together, Dave. Just kidding.
Now, what else did you do as part of your investigation on the 2nd?
We searched for camera footage.
Okay. Why did you search for camera footage?
Because there was cameras on the house that should have captured the murder.
One camera?
There's multiple cameras.
2 cameras?
There's more than that.
10
I don't
cameras?
remember the exact number. It was several cameras on the house.
More than 2?
Yes.
And they were all over the house?
Yes.
Or outside of the house?
Outside, yes.
All right. Do you know
I
what
mean, I
kind
would
of
think
system
he
it
would.
was?
Blink.
All right. And why would that have been significant to you on December the 2nd, seeing those cameras outside?
There was one in the carport that would have captured everything.
All right. All right. So did you follow that lead?
I did.
All right. Tell the jury about that.
We went in and started trying to find the sink box and couldn't find it anywhere.
When did you do that?
That night, that evening, we pulled up his phone also and to try to see if it recorded anything on his phone. And it did not. It showed a notification where we went on the phone, but that's all it showed.
Oh, don't be scared. We'll help you out. We're all newbies once. It's fine.
Now, you looked in the living room where the mantle was. You had the TV, the mantle, and that was where you were told that blink box was located.
Yes.
And you did not find that blink box.
No.
Oh, you guys are great.
The condition of the home on the outside, we've seen photographs of that. A lot of valuables outside, a lot of valuables inside.
Yes.
Would it surprise you that somebody that had valuables outside their home or inside in the quantities that were at the Carpenter home would have working surveillance?
Yes, he would.
At the time that you arrived on December the 2nd, 2022, were there any surveillance cameras that were operable?
None that we could find.
And the controller to that video surveillance system Where was that located?
So when we did find it,
Inside the house or outside the house?
inside the house.
Inside the house. Okay. Now, at some point, did you look for Kirby Carpenter's cell phone?
Yes,
Where'd you find it?
in the truck
All right,
on the charger.
all right. Truck was locked up. Keys, the fob was in his pocket. You made entry into the truck. What did you observe about that? The truck?
The phone was laying on the console, well, the armrest, just sitting there plugged up on the charge. There was all kinds of items all scattered all around in the truck as well, and there were groceries in the truck. And several pistols and firearms that was in the vehicle.
All right.
Now, friends, I have my
Try to,
weekly
get into
Wednesday
that phone.
appointment.
We did.
I'll be leaving for it in just a few minutes. I will be
Just
staying here, sitting here.
Yes, we did.
Were you
Um,
able to?
We were.
when they go to lunch,
Can you tell the jury?
they'll be sent over to midday, and we'll have an
uh,
afternoon
first
stream today. Okay?
Accessed his phone, turned it on. Was it already on or did you have to turn it on?
I really don't remember. I don't remember.
What happened when you turned it on? What'd you look for?
We looked for any last contact with anybody around the time frame we had thought that he had been killed. We also looked for notifications. Well, I say look for notifications. We
Oh.
opened the blink out to see if it had
Well, look
any.
who showed up to entertain you all while I step away. It's Jeff.
Hello, right on
I believe it
time,
is.
right?
Yes.
All right, so you
Yes,
opened the
thank
blink
you.
out?
Yes.
What was blink and why did you open the blink out?
And I
Blink
will
is
make
the
sure
camera
that they all make
system.
it back safe.
Okay, I did
And
redirect.
when you opened the app, what happened?
It didn't show anything on there, pretty much. It was around the time frame, nothing was there.
Llama, did you see my picture in Discord?
Did you also, you talked about the groceries.
I did. Those are
It's
so
marked for ID.
cute. Look, guys, she has on her leg eggs. Now, Terry, real quick, while there's a break, if they put any more not great
I know.
pictures up, just switch between the two layouts, the first two.
Okay.
Okay. Since I'll keep the video going and stuff, but I just switched between those two because it's easier because you can still hear
Right.
that way, but you can't see. So
Okay.
I
And
don't
then I'll
think there
write
will
down the
be.
time.
Yeah, that's what I did just in case, so because
Do you
they
have
don't
any-
bother me respectfully for the family. That's not great. Well, you guys, I will be back either at around 1 or 2. I don't know. I mean, I'll be around, but when we're coming back from lunch, I don't know because y'all are an hour behind me. So we'll
All right.
see. But be nice
I'm
to
gonna hand
Terry.
you,
I'll see you guys
I
all later.
wish.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you,
I
Terry.
wish, Savage. I wish.
what's been received into evidence is S4. Have you got that?
I have the original receipt.
You took a picture of a receipt that was in the truck, but you've got the
Yes.
original receipt.
Yes.
Your Honor, we had asked the original receipt to be received into evidence as well.
Oh, thank you, Liz.
S5 of the actual receipt would be immediate evidence.
It's a good time to tell y'all if y'all haven't hit that like button, go hit it now,
All right.
please.
Can you explain to the jury what the significance of that exhibit is, the Kroger receipt?
The receipt shows that he was at Kroger in
And if you can
Corinth.
speak into that microphone.
Shows that he was at Kroger at Corinth on 11/30/22 He checked out at 6:10 p.m.
All right, so that's on November the 30th.
Yes,
When you arrived at the crime scene, that was December the 2nd.
yes,
All right, you've got his cell phone.
yes.
The blink camera was
Oh,
not
ouch,
active
that's great.
on
No.
his phone. When was the last message that Kirby sent to anybody? When was that?
It was 6:37 or 6:38 on November the 30th, 2022.
11:30, November 30th, 2022 at 6:37 p.m.
Yes, somewhere right around there.
And what is the date on the Kroger receipt and the time?
11/30/2022, 6:10 p.m.
All right, what did he buy?
He bought several things, and one thing that stuck out was some lamb chops. He'd bought 4 things of lamb chops.
And they stayed in that truck for several days.
They did.
They were locked up in the truck when you arrived on the
They
scene.
were.
That's not a good smell.
6:10 p.m. he made that purchase
Yes,
on 11:30.
yes.
I have never had a lamb chop. So, because I can't eat them because I always think of the little sock puppet, but I bet you they smell really bad when left in the
All
car.
right.
Worse than shrimp, maybe.
Now, let me have this marked for ID.
Sorry, guys, I can't hear as well today. I'm a little stopped up.
You've been going about 2 hours. You're ready for a break? Let's take a break. We've been going here 2 hours anyway. Go ahead and get this.
Go and take a break.
All right, go ahead.
ID.
Look at me leaning in like that's going to help me hear. I'm a weirdo.
Have you observed the contents of this?
Yes,
Is it accurately depicted?
Okay,
to
thank you,
observe
Lady in
on
Gray.
December the 2nd, 2022.
yes.
Ask to be introduced.
All right, good.
Permission to publish.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you, Kelly. I am stopped up today. We've got a cold front blowing in. It's going to go from 100 to I think like 89. So it's blowing in all kind of stuff and making me all stopped up. I know, Dave.
Speak this way.
All right, go ahead.
They need to speak up for old people like me. And guys, since Llama's not here, don't forget, if you're on the Discord, to look at the message, or either here on YouTube or Facebook. Please be sure to send us pictures or any well wishes for Llama's birthday for our show Friday night.
Real good on the video, but you can see more when you're sitting there looking at it. But that's the
Sorry, I
track mark.
was scared they were going to show something that I needed to not do. But yeah, send us well wishes.
2 lines that track from the carport to the.
Yeah, more or less one line. You might see a couple every now and then, but most times, for the most part, it's one line.
Thank God I got closed caption on the other stream.
And I want you to point it out, tell Carson to stop where you can identify for the jury to stop.
Yes, email, not to
All right,
Tara,
keep going.
me, or
You're
Amy,
following that?
or DMS anywhere,
All right.
not the llama.
Can you point that out, the line that you're following?
Right here.
All right. Does that line keep going?
It does.
All right. Keep going, Parson.
Kind of follows this direction.
All right, pause it there. What are you talking about there?
Well, it kind of follows this direction.
I don't think he has a microphone on his shirt, and he needs one. Sorry, guys, my hair's
This
flat.
area right here?
Yes.
All right. And then that's kind of disturbed in contrast to on either side of it?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have right now.
All right, let's take a break. Remember the court's instructions, don't,
How long
discuss
of
the
a
case
break?
even with your fellow jurors, don't form any opinions at this time, don't express any opinions this time. Don't try to investigate the case in any manner. We'll be back in, about 10 or 15 minutes, okay? Court be in recess.
Okay, guys, 10 or 15 minutes. I just had to make a note of that. Oh, and there we get a seal. Oh, I pulled it down so y'all didn't see that seal. So, what in chat, what are y'all thinking so far of this trial? I've been listening while doing stuff to get ready for midday missing, which we will do on the lunch break, and then also pre-recording some midday missings while I'm traveling and out of the country. So I haven't been able to keep up with chat as much to see what y'all think of this trial so far. Dave, you know what? You are good for an old lady's ego. Okay? I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do truly appreciate it. But what are y'all thinking? I do not know a lot about this case. I looked a little bit yesterday and I decided I wanted to kind of be like the jury and hear it for the first time. So I don't have any preconceived notions. And normally, since I've started watching trials, I go in already kind of have an opinion. Buffy, you're saying Dave's such a flirt. I think he's just being polite and being very kind, and I appreciate it. So, Lady in Gray, you two, you don't know that having an opinion. I mean, it's kind of, I kind of liking it. It reminded me when I sat on the jury, and I'm just like, okay, I want to hear it. And if for some reason I have to miss something, I will. Hold on, what are they doing? Okay, it just says they're on a short break, but they're like, they were showing documents and stuff. Okay. And I'm not going and looking. I've decided I want to do it. If I have to miss something, I'll come back and watch the recording. I will come back. So, but what do y'all think so far? Does watch the video? You know what I mean. Buffy, you're so adorable. But do anyone that's watching know anything about this case, or are you going into it with an opinion? The only opinion I kind of have is that I saw that it looks like the wife made a plea deal. And I'm like, if this is a family affair, wife took a plea deal, he's probably guilty, but they're going to need to prove it to me. So Buffy says the lawyers are not making this linear and I know stuff. Oh, great. So Dave, you're going into it blind as hell. Love that. Love that. Yeah. So I'm going to be good and I am not going to look, but I am going to see what's going on. I don't know how long this trial is going to be. Has Llama said? I don't know why. I was thinking she said a couple of days. And I'm going to watch the video only because it's so hard to hear in the courtroom. Me too. The closed captions are much needed, I'm hearing, because I was having problems when I was getting ready hearing some of it. Kelly, so is this dude doing the Shaggy defense? I am beginning to think that a lot of defendants do the Shaggy defense. Okay. A lot of them do the Shaggy defense. Um, Angie says, I can't read those in chat. LOL. I know this whole multitasking thing is hard. It used to be so much easier in like my 20s. Now it's not as easy. It's not as easy. So Buffy says, well, I don't think they've gotten to the meat of it, and I'm very interested in how they're going to present it. Okay. Shaggy always did it. Savage, they hop on a talk and run away. Guys, the chat, y'all are just, I mean, y'all make it all amazing. And for members, don't forget, we have another TMI on Friday night. And this one's going to be extra special since we are going to help celebrate the big birthday for Miss Llama on Friday night. Her birthday's Saturday, but we're going to celebrate it Friday night. So very excited about that. And then I'm kind of excited about tomorrow night because on True Crime and Wine Time, we are doing John Orr, who's considered the pillow pyro. He is the most prolific arsonist in California. Guys, he was a fire captain. Yes, he had been promoted. I mean, it's an insane case, and it's one I recommended to the team and I helped do the research on because I am fascinated by the psychology of a fireman being an arsonist. I mean, that to me is just so one of the reasons I like true crime, and y'all probably are like, we don't care, Terry, but you're going to hear it anyway, is I like to think of the psychology behind it, what happened in their life that got them there, not that it's an excuse, what red flags, what could have been done to prevent it, any of that. So I love all that. And sounds like job security. And one of the reasons I didn't like trials before, I watched, of course, some trials and I would watch the recaps. The reason I never watched them full through was because I didn't know what YouTube was until we started doing YouTube. I shouldn't say that. I knew what YouTube was, but I thought it was just for music and videos. So it wasn't something that I knew you could go and watch live trials on. If it wasn't on TV, I didn't know about it and that kind of thing. So plus I used to travel a lot for work, internationally travel. Like I would literally get in on Friday nights and leave Monday mornings. So I didn't have a lot of time for TV, YouTube. I would catch up on social media at the airport, but it's one reason I was able to read so many books. Dave says it sounds interesting. I mean, you wouldn't even look at a fire chief. Oh, just wait. Just wait. I heard something else. Never mind. Now, I did hear there's a documentary about it. I am going to look up to see what the documentary is so we can mention it on the show, but I was determined not to watch it because I had already done hours and hours of research. I didn't want to go back and change anything. So I'm hoping they don't tell us anything new on it, but I'm excited about it. And it's a two-parter because there's a lot. And the other thing I find interesting is I am actually flying to LA Saturday. And since our lovely Captain put the locations of where the fire, she did a map, I am hoping I have time on Tuesday to head over to South Pasadena and try to go to some of the locations. So the fires happened in Southern Cal, but they did go to Fresno for a convention, and there was fires there. I think that's officially considered NorCal. I think I lived in Northern California, so I lived in Brentwood, not the OJ Brentwood, the NorCal Brentwood, because we did not live in $1 million home. But I'm going to see if I can go and maybe take some pictures. Then that way I could show them next week when we do part 2. The other cool thing I'm doing while I'm in LA, if any of you saw the episode where we interviewed Scott Hoover, who wrote the book Beverly Hills Noir, and he came on to talk with us about the Menendez brothers as well. I am actually having dinner with him on Sunday night. And I'm kind of freaking excited about it. He says we're going to go to a cool, what did he say about the restaurant? He hasn't told me the name yet. I don't know if he's doing that so that I won't go and check it out first, but let's see what he said it was, because I've forgotten. An old school place. He just sent me another message. My first choice was booked, and we'll pivot to another great old good place. Oh, and he told me the name, and it's been around since 1939. Oh my God, guys, it looks like we're going to a fun place. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited that he worked me into a schedule because he's going to be at Comic-Con. I think that's what it's called. Above Fresno, Skinner, NorCal, like Sacramento Bay Area. Okay. So what I was kind of thinking. So you'll see that because they would go to different fire conferences in different parts, he went to different areas. So they even go up by Monterey for one of their conferences. But I'm excited about that. I like to try to go and visit places we talk about. That we do. So way back when I had the podcast by myself, I had to go up to Harvard for work, and I went and did an episode about a murder there of a Harvard student. And I actually went and took pictures of the place where the murder happened and saw it all. Michael, don't worry. I will be safe. Double H will be in LA with me, but he is there for work all week. I'm just the tag along because our oldest son lived in LA and he decided to move a couple of months early to Florida. So now he's not going to be there. So I won't be hanging out with my son. We are going to get to see our grandson, Mr. Action Jackson, who's going to spend the night in the hotel with us Saturday night. And then I'll take him back to his mom Sunday. They live up in San Diego. I might sneak over to Disney if I have time. I haven't decided because I've never done Disney alone. And I don't know. Okay, Savage, I know what Comic-Con is. Okay, I know what it is. I just have trouble saying it because Comic-Con just doesn't roll off my mouth right. Okay. Just like I even have problems saying Crime Con. It's something about the C's, but I know what Comic-Con is. I mean, if he would have invited me to like come with him to Comic-Con and be his assistant, since he would be there working, I would have been all over it. Okay. I would have been all over it. He didn't ask. And I, of course, did not say, hey, you want to take me with you? Because that's a little rude. Comic-Con. See, it doesn't it doesn't. Like kumquat. Kumquat? Is that how you say that? So, I know Llama's going to do Learn with Llama. Maybe one day she'll let me come on and y'all can give us pronunciation things. I have told myself I should buy myself a Hooked on Phonics and maybe try to relearn what those are because I've lost it. I don't know if it's because I signed up to take a class to learn to speak Finnish, and I've been doing some of the work and trying to pronounce some of the words. And then I found out it's one of the hardest languages to learn. And I was like, I have trouble speaking English. So maybe I should just stick to what I know. Because I did take 3 years of Spanish and I failed. And the professor told me, he goes, Terry, you do not roll R's. He goes, did you have a tongue tie as a baby? He goes, because you have a real hard time with words. Aw, Buffy, kumquat was the nickname my dad gave my mom. Okay. Buffy, okay. That's a different one. I mean, that's a different one. I mean, I have a friend who her and her husband's sign of affection, like me and Double H will blow a kiss, they flip each other off and they'll call each other F-tard and stuff. And I'm like, everybody has their own love language. So Double H calls me Tear Bear. And then I call him Snuggle Bunny. And we got those nicknames because way back early in our dating relationship, we did a cosmopolitan quiz about the nickname for your partner. Oh, Kelly P., I come to NorCal, I will definitely let you know. I will definitely let you know. NorCal is one of the top places that I'm trying to get us a live show because I love it. I miss. Bobby says, now my parents are divorced. Okay, I doubt it was the name. But you never know. But I love NorCal. I love Napa. Surprise, surprise. When Double H and I moved to Brentwood, California, after doing Vegas for 4 years, our goal was to retire there. And then I realized after living in a brownstone where my neighbors could hear me next door that I needed to move back to Texas and have land. Okay, Dave, you called my ex Sugar Pants and she called me bastard, miss her. Okay, I hope that B word doesn't get us in trouble because all I did was put in the initial B the other day and we got in trouble. I'm going to hide that comment just in case. I don't know if that's against the rules. So I hear sarcasm too, Kelly. I hear sarcasm too. My first husband called me Tweety Bird. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, I don't dislike Tweety Bird, but I never quite understood why he called me Tweety Bird. And then to be a smartass, because he had so much gray hair, I started calling him Sylvester. It was weird. Okay. It was weird. So let's get back to this trial. Now, my understanding after watching Llama yesterday morning is that the parents, no, Dave, I do not have large feet. I do not. Sorry, I don't. As a parent, I cannot imagine ever doing something like this. I just can't. I used to joke with my boys when they were younger that if they ever got a girl into a family way before they were out of high school, that I would push her down the stairs. And I was joking with them, obviously. And now I think back and I'm like, God, that was awful to say. That was awful to say as a mother. Oh, looks like we may be coming back.
Yeah.
Do you know where Enola was that day?
I believe she was staying with Bailey,
Who is Bailey Reese?
a friend of Caitlin's.
And where does Bailey Reese live?
They were in Prentice County.
I know,
They lived
Buffy,
in
it was
Prentice
awful.
County.
Yes,
It was
No
awful.
friends.
yes,
And when she went to work that day, Bailey was taking care of Enola.
yes.
And after work, it's your understanding that Caitlin picked Enola up and then began to text with Kirby
At some point, yeah.
about where he is.
I
when
love
he's-
check, says Vanilla.
Yes.
All right. So Caitlin says, "Where are you, Kirby?" And what happens?
He said G knows.
All right. What happened? Any other information or text between the two after that?
No, he had some question marks that was sent,
Okay.
and then that's about it.
And that last text to her about question marks, had she not answered a question of his?
I don't know. I'm assuming, and well, The question marks were kind of like being irritated is the way I took them.
Okay. Were you able to figure out what that was in regard to?
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't.
And what time was that last message that Kirby sent?
I think 6:37, I think.
Did he mention anything about going to Kroger to get groceries?
No,
How were you able to identify that he had gone to?
by the
Anywhere.
receipt. By the receipt that was found in his vehicle with the groceries.
And with that being November 30th, did it have a time on the receipt?
Yes.
What time was it?
6:10 p.m.
And did you send anybody to go get confirmation that Kirby had been there
Yes,
on November 30th?
yes.
Who did you send?
Jeremy Rainey,
All right. Who is Jeremy Rainey?
investigator with the district attorney's office.
And if I could have,
That's what you get for dilly-dallying. I think I've had too much coffee today. He's like, ask, do something. Don't just make me sit here. Has anybody in the chat ever been a witness and had to get up on the stand? Because I have to tell you, I think my anxiety and nerves would push me over the edge. Okay, I need to know what you need more of. Do I need to scroll back and see? I mean, I guess it is fall. Those are some fall colors on his shirt. I guess he didn't think he should wear a suit, maybe. I don't think it would have helped. Oh, you need more coffee, Terry. I normally only have 1 cup a day, and I'm on my 3rd cup. So, and it's Cafe Du Monde coffee, because that's the only kind of coffee I like.
all right, I've handed you essay for ID.
Oh my God, dude, speak up.
Is that part of your investigative file?
It is.
And you know that reports to Dick. Have you seen that before?
I have.
Did you receive that from Jeremy Rainey after he went up to Kroger?
I did.
Oh,
He brought those still photos back to you?
Yes.
So I would ask that we received it evidence. Were you able to identify the individual in that photo?
Kirby Carpenter.
All right. And was there a timestamp?
Yes, that says 6:11.
All right, fairly consistent on November 30th that Kirby Carpenter was in Kroger. In what city?
Corinth.
So
it's not deer season yet.
6:11, he would have been here. Then you've got on the text message at 6:37, him responding to Caitlin saying that he's going to go, that what? He's not home yet?
Yeah, he's coming by Gino's.
Do you know where Gino's is?
I do.
And how far away is Gino's? Is it in Corinth as well?
No, it's in Boonville.
So he's Corinth, Boonville, headed towards his home?
Elk
Yes.
season.
And how far would Gino's and Boonville be from his home in Tippah County?
Gino's probably 15, 20 minutes, depending on the traffic.
All right, so you would estimate if he was going by Gino's at 6:37.
Hey, Liz, can I get one too?
7 p.m.
Yes, a little
Around seven.
before, yeah, probably.
All right. Did you account for where
Yes, Buffy, you
Caitlin
are.
Spence was during that time?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jury how you did that?
We went to check around, went to Walmart. Chris White at the time, he was a highway patrol investigator at the time. And he went to Walmart in Boonville and recovered pictures that Caitlin was there.
Did he obtain video as well?
Yes,
Were y'all able to pinpoint the time that she was at Walmart?
yes.
What time range approximately?
I can't remember exactly, but during the time that we believe Kirby was killed, she was at Walmart.
Okay.
It's okay, Kelly B. Trying to figure out, I guess I can't get rid of the red scrolly thing because it's Llama's computer. So I can't make it bigger because it's a little distracting for me. What's he taking notes about? What's he taking notes about? Liz, I could really use a Happy Meal this morning. It's 11:27 here, so I really could use some. All I've had is yogurt today and coffee.
Hand you Exhibit 9 and 10 for ID.
Kelly. Love that. I don't know why I whisper to y'all like I'm in court. Okay, why haven't you had McDonald's fries for 3 years? I can buy you some and mail them to you. They might not be any good.
Hand these back to you, Exhibit 9 and 10 for ID.
10's photo, 9's photo, and 10's
10 is the video. Walmart video, Walmart.
I like Wendy's new fries.
Have you seen those before?
I have.
Do they accurately depict what Chris White, MBI investigator, brought to you and is contained in your investigative file?
It does.
Is that in response to trying to identify if Caitlin Spence was at the Walmart in Boonville at a certain date and time?
Yes,
And do those accurately depict that?
they do.
All right. The state would ask that these exhibits be received into evidence, 9 and 10.
I can't,
All right,
Angie.
looking
Only
at that
Mama can.
photo, and you can just hold it up for the jury to see. Were you able to identify who that individual
Spence.
that is?
No,
depicted
I
in
can't
that
do it. Sorry.
exhibit?
Yes,
All right. Caitlin Spence.
yes.
All right. Now, permission to publish Exhibit 10.
If I put myself up on top, I can get rid of it. Not the best, but is that okay, or do y'all like it the other way?
May I have the witness step down just for a second? David, I'm going to show you a couple of things.
He's like, I didn't know we were doing calisthenics. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
All right, looking at this Exhibit 9, we've identified Kate, correct?
Yes.
What is she carrying?
Dave. I'm not even going to put that up on the screen.
The baby and the date on there. All right, was there a time stamp on there?
Looks like 1930.
1930, 1931,
Yes, that'd be military time. That'd be 7 o'clock.
730.
Or 7:30.
All right. Now, do you know how long? You can go back.
Do you know house long?
About 45 minutes, I believe.
All right. And publish Exhibit 10 to the jury. And if you we'll orient the jury to what the image is being depicted here.
Caitlin's vehicle.
All right, can you step down and show them where that vehicle is?
You're right, it won't.
If you'll play.
Oh, Dave Savage, you guys.
Said I believe it was right in there where I pointed.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Kelly, we're all bad in our own way. The parking lot. They're going to play a video.
Now, if I represent, of course, employees.
Savage. Sometimes Llama, and I'm sure a lot of you wish I could backspace my mouth and undo the things I say. Yes, Kelly, baby, we all need laughter.
From Chris White's report, the exact time that she left that parking lot.
I don't remember what it was.
He would have to testify to that, but she was there a good while.
Yeah, a good while.
As
Yeah.
part of your investigation, do you know what she was doing while she was just sitting in the car?
She told us she was breastfeeding.
Do you know about how long she was in the
Say-
store?
I think it was like 45 minutes inside and out. I'm not real sure.
And if how long would it have taken her to get home if she had left around 7:52 from the Walmart parking lot to get back home?
Probably 25, 30 minutes.
Okay. So assuming she left at 7:52, can you do the math on that about what time, if she went straight from Walmart to home?
Yeah, from about 7:52 to walk to the house, probably 8:10, 8:12, somewhere probably in there.
Okay, got it.
As part of your investigation, do you know whether the
I haven't
Kirby
watched it
Carpenter's
yet.
truck was in the driveway when she arrived?
I believe it was
And do you know what vehicle she was driving?
a black, I think it's a Ute Suburban, I think.
Okay. All right. Now, can you tell the jury that what transpired next as far as the Spence family and the Carpenter family after you did your initial investigation on December the 2nd?
Talking about after,
He just
Like
needs to pull the
from the
microphone
third-
from the
closer.
3rd on,
From the 3rd to the 4th?
we had a call out there the 2nd, 4th. about items being put in a vehicle.
All right, so this was on December the 4th. What day is that?
Sunday.
All right.
Let's see. Yes, the 4th, I'm sorry.
All right, tell the jury about that.
I received a call from Sheriff's Department. Maddie had found bags of silver in the Cadillac trunk that Jeff and Karen were been driving.
All right. Now tell the jury right there, just
Dave, sending hugs.
tell the jury who Jeff and Karen Spence are, where they live.
Jeff and Karen are from, at the time, were from Saltville, Virginia. That's Caitlin Spence's father and mother. My understanding, they had came down to help with the baby several months before all this happened.
And I liked it when you were talking in the microphone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where were they originally from?
I believe Pennsylvania, maybe.
And do you know about how long prior to November 30th they had been staying with Kirby and Caitlin?
I think about 4 months.
Okay, and if you would speak in that microphone.
I'm trying to.
It's my fault. So they had been staying there for about 4 months with Caitlin to help with Enola. As part of your investigation, do you know what day they had left to go back to Saltville, Virginia?
Caitlin told us they left on 11/29 of 22.
Okay. Round about what time?
She said 2-ish.
Okay. So in the afternoon. Now, on December the 3rd, you don't hear anything.
That's what I'm gathering.
Sunday, December the 4th, you're aware that Jeff and Karen are back in
Yes.
Ridgely?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Cadillac, and you get a call that he's putting silver coins in the back of that Cadillac?
Yes.
All right, what happens? What do you do?
I called Bart Adams, the prosecuting attorney at the time, and asked him what we needed.
All right, Bart Adams is a county prosecutor. For
He is.
county.
He is.
He's been county prosecutor for many, many years.
Yes.
All right, and what kind of seeking his advice about?
Well, at the time, we really couldn't tell who owned the stuff that was in the trunk. And the situation I had was, at the time, Caitlin was living at the residence also. So that was kind of the question was, was it going to be civil or was it going to be criminal? Or
And at the time, were you able to determine whether Caitlin was married to Kirby?
she was not.
All right. And, but they did have a child.
They did.
And were you able to determine whether Kirby had any other children?
He did.
All right. With Caitlin?
No.
And that was Towns, right?
Yes.
And Towns would have been older than Enola.
Yes.
Do you know how old Towns was at the time?
I really don't. I don't know. He was young.
Yeah, more than a toddler.
Yeah, I think it's probably maybe 3. I really don't know. Or 4. I don't know which one.
Guys, I don't know what's happening.
All right. After you talked to Bart, got advice, at that time, Bart had a prosecutor hat.
He did.
And what did you do?
It's Kirby's mom.
I called back out to the deputies that was at the scene and told them what he had told me.
Well, just tell me what you told them.
Basically, nobody needed to move anything from there, but if they did, they would be responsible for it. It was more or less civil at that time.
Now, under those situations commonly occur with people that are contesting property. Your main role at that point in time, based on what you knew at the time, was
Keep the peace.
keep the peace
That's it.
and observe.
Yes.
All All right, what happened after that?
We appreciate it, Puffy.
I had talked to Caitlin actually earlier that day on the phone about coming in and giving me another statement.
She had given a statement on December the 2nd.
She gave an initial statement to Tammy, I can't remember her last name.
Tammy Hall.
Yeah, it used to be MBI. She's retired now.
She was a long-time highway patrol officer.
Yes,
And she had responded that day.
she did.
And typically, do you get a detailed statement from somebody on the scene of a crime?
We usually get an initial one, and I usually kind of try to wait a little after that to, make their head clear up a little bit, not so much upset and all that stuff before they give a statement.
Is that what you did in this case?
Yes.
All right. So you called her on the 4th, and what did you ask her?
Could she come down Monday and talk to me again?
And what happened after that?
We agreed on a 10 o'clock time. 10 o'clock came on Monday. She never showed up. I called her multiple times trying to find out where she was. She never would answer the phone or reply back to me.
All right. And that was on Monday the 5th?
That was on the 5th, yes.
All right. Did she eventually come in on the 5th?
Yes,
What time?
between 4:30 and 5 o'clock.
Late afternoon?
She did.
Was she alone?
No,
Who'd she come with?
Tony Faris, an attorney.
Did they provide a statement to you?
They did.
All right. And did you have concerns, or let me ask you this. You've already talked about things that were of note and importance at the crime scene. Was there anything of note, just as part of your investigation at the time, about the 911 call that Caitlin made?
I didn't hear any crying until they picked up the phone.
And why was that significant to you?
Because normally if you're trying to call somewhere and you're upset, you're going to be upset before the phone rings. You're not going to wait till the phone, they pick up the phone and then
That's true.
crying.
Now, what was your understanding of the condition of the home on November the 30th, 2022? Kirby's gone.
Oh, Buffy.
Gone to work. Before they come back, whether that house was locked or unlocked.
I'm assuming it's locked.
And that would have been something you may have asked Caitlin about.
I think so. I believe we did, but I'm not.
You wanted to try to clear up some of these things with Caitlin?
Yes,
Did she provide a statement to you
she did.
She
with
did.
her attorney present?
She did.
All right, what happened after that?
After that, we traveled back to the house that evening to try to locate the phone module or the sync module, not phone, for the cameras.
The sync module.
Sometime Monday afternoon, I believe, when we went back up there.
All right, so Monday afternoon, on the 5th, you go back out there looking for,
Or Monday evening, that wouldn't have been afternoon. It was after the interview with Kate.
she signed a consent to search the home.
She did.
All right, and what did you find?
Didn't find anything.
All right, the condition of the home, can you describe that for the?
Cluttered, extremely cluttered.
All right, there was talk about a safe room. Did you look in the safe room?
I did.
And were there safes there?
There were several safes there. There were boxes all in the middle of the floor, on the side of the wall. Coins in boxes laying there. I mean, just all kinds of stuff.
Valuables everywhere?
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
Some locked up in the safe.
Yes.
All right. Now, did you have any more communication with Bart Adams since that phone call on Sunday?
Yes.
Why did you call him again?
I talked to him several times over the period. Bart had became over the estate. He had been hired to handle the estate after that.
Who hired Bart Adams to handle?
Maddie Jane.
Who hired Bart Adams to handle the estate of Kirby Carpenter?
Maddie Jane Jones.
Maddie.
And during this time, who was living in the home?
At that particular time, Caitlin, Kirby.
No.
You talking about?
After,
After it was.
after December the 2nd, you have Jeff and Karen coming back to the home. We know that they were there on that Friday, 4th,
Yes.
on December 4th,
Yes.
when you first called Bart Adams.
Yes.
From December the 4th, for the next few weeks, who had, primary access, lived in the home?
Caitlin, Karen, Jeff, and Enola.
Caitlin, Karen, Jeff, and
Yes.
by that time, had you kind of figured out that there was going to be sort of, how would you describe what was happening to Kirby Carpenter's valuables and property between his family and the Spence family?
I think a lot of stuff was being taken.
So a lot of stuff was what?
A lot of stuff was being taken from the home.
By who?
And did your deputies observe the placement of silver coins into that Cadillac?
I think they observed them coming out of the Cadillac.
I'm sorry?
I think they observed them being taken back out of the Cadillac.
Okay. They were in the Cadillac, observed them being removed.
Yes.
Okay. Were you able to determine how many bags it was?
That I don't know.
All right, so was it your understanding that when Bart became the attorney for the estate, that he was able to kind of settle that down to a certain extent
Yes.
and begin an inventory of everything?
Yes.
Okay.
With what was left?
As far as the investigation goes, what happened next after that? You go back and look in the house. What are you looking for?
Just anything that we can find, mainly the sync box for the
Did you
video.
find the sink box?
It was eventually found.
It wasn't found that day?
No, it was not.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for that security camera, the blink box, main, I don't know what you would call it.
A sync. My understanding it's called a sync box.
Okay. And you were not able to find it that day?
No.
All right, what happens next?
Time went on, and then I finally eventually got a call from Maddie that she had found the blink box.
All right, do you know what day that occurred?
Remember, give me a second. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think he's saying sync box, like it syncs to the security camera, like a cloud backup drive, a sync box. That's the only thing I can gather. See, we all figured it
February
out.
the 3rd, 2023.
So before we go there, you went back out there on January the 9th.
His prosecutor needs to talk louder.
I did.
And then before we go there, you went back out on December the 20th.
Yes.
All right. Can you explain to the jury why you went back out to the property, Kirby Carpenter's home, on December the 20th, 2022?
December the 20th, I went out there. There was when Bart Adams, and then we're doing the inventory of the house, there was a game camera hanging up in the carport. He called and told me, hey, there's a camera in the carport. I thought, well, we would have seen that surely. But I went ahead and issued a search warrant for the camera and went out there and got the camera.
All right. Can you tell the jury what happened when you went out there?
Well, when I went out there to get it, Jeff Spence told me he put the camera up. He said, I think for exact words, I'm an old country boy and that's all I know how to do is put, like game cameras don't know nothing about the other things. And
Thank
then
you, Buffy. It would help
he
a lot.
put it up there for, I guess he says for security and for protection for people taking stuff out from up there.
All right. Did y'all have any other conversations?
We did.
Can you tell the jury about that?
He just made the comment, I guess you don't have very many homicides around here. And I told him we'd had about 4, previously and had 4 indictments on 4 different people on homicides.
Did you tell them you'd successfully convicted them?
That's good numbers.
I don't remember if I told him that or not, but
Can you describe his response to the jury?
he kind of had a strange look on his face and didn't say anything else to me.
It's like,
Did
shit.
his complexion change colors?
It did.
Tell the jury about that.
Turned pale looking.
No, but if they had 4
Pale.
indictments, that means they solved them all, right?
Yeah, not quite that white, but yeah, pale.
Was that significant to you?
It was to me.
Why?
Why?
I just, by the reaction, that told me I needed to look further right there.
Did anything else happen that day?
We took the camera, plugged it up, and it showed Jeff Spence putting the camera up. So, I mean, it's obvious he was the one that put the camera up. I gave the camera to a deputy, told him to take it back out there, deliver it back to the house.
All right. What about
So he gave evidence back. Okay.
later on in December 20th, 2022?
But when he took the camera back out there, he called me, and I think his exact words, hey, boss, they're all gone. And
Who gave you that? Who called you?
Jason McDaniel,
All right, who is he?
he used to be a deputy at the sheriff's office.
Deputy.
And who was all gone?
Who was what?
Who was all gone from Kirby Carpenter's home?
Everybody.
All right, so after that conversation, you
There was
had
nobody there.
Jeff Spence in the carport about the camera, that day they left. Do you know where they went?
I'm assuming back to Virginia.
But they never came back and stayed in that home ever again.
No,
correct?
did not.
All right.
Deputy dog. I love it.
Now then, January the 9th, what happened on January the 9th?
January the 9th, Maddie had called me. And this was, like I said, trying to clean the house up and go through different things for the estate and all that, and found what appeared to be a drop of blood on the steps.
Just one single drop of blood on the
So all we could see at the time was one little drop.
All right. So there's stairs in the home? of
It
Kirby
is.
Carpenter?
It is.
Lead up to what, bedrooms?
Up to a bedroom.
And who was staying in that bedroom?
Jeff and Karen.
All right. Did you go out there
I did.
and you looked at that, what Maddie Jane showed you?
Yes.
And did you, what did you do?
Took a sample.
All right, before you did that, what did you do?
Took a photograph.
All right, you photographed it, you took a sample. Did you look for any other blood?
After we took that sample, I sprayed luminol, and when we luminol the stairs, they pretty much lit up. The reason I say lit up, you can see if anything's been cleaned or anything like that, it'll show little spots, and that's blood reacting, or bodily fluids, one of the two.
All right, I'm going to hand you what's been previously introduced as Exhibit 2P.
Yes,
That photo was taken on January the 9th, 2020.
it was.
And is that forest area, what does that mean?
That's where the luminol, what you do when you luminol it, you shine an ultraviolet light on it, and then it shows different things. All these little spots.
I disagree,
right here is
Buffy.
What I was
I
talking about,
disagree.
either blood spots or some kind of bodily fluids or something along that line.
Were you able to tell whether it had been cleaned up?
It looked like it'd been cleaned up. It had to have, or we would have seen them just like the one spot.
Just that one spot had been missed?
Yes, right.
And how were you able to determine that it was cleaned up?
Because it wasn't there. By by your naked eye, it wasn't there.
And anytime that, on December 2nd, did you see any blood on
Did
that
not.
staircase?
No, it didn't.
Would you have seen it?
That one drop, probably not, unless I was just really,
But you
Lucky.
You didn't see a big,
No, I did not.
any other time did you notice it until January the 9th?
No.
What exhibit number is that?
2S, I believe. No, 2P.
FP, they all look the same.
Why did you take a sample of that?
Because it was odd.
It was odd.
I mean, it could have been, from the crime scene or anything. I mean, I only took it to see whose blood it was. It looked funny, the way it was.
Buffy, think of the blood in your house after you cut in your finger.
Did you do a DNA submission form with that sample?
Yeah, I think MBI did that, or they did the search warrant part for it.
Search warrant for
DNA.
DNA to be analyzed?
Yes.
In comparison to who?
I bet.
First, it
Think
was
if they ever
Caitlin
come
that we
back.
tested with, it came back a male relative of Caitlin. Second time, more specific, it came back to Jeff Spence.
Oh, Buffy, I hope they never have to luminol your house because you better have documented the date and time so nobody, ever comes and gets your husband for anything. Oh, it gives me chills, Buffy. Oh, gives me chills. I want to know what all he's writing down. Is he trying to write word for word what's being said? Because every time they show him, he's writing. Maybe he's doodling or something. Yeah, Buffy, your finger cut was bad, girl. Glad you're healing. No more knives in the kitchen. Only plastic knives. Dave, he is not doing Sudoku. Agree with you there.
Yeah, if we could just have these marked for ID.
All right, that'd be, yes, one exhibit or more?
It's going to be more than one.
Oh, Buffy, I'm going to need to know more, girl.
It'll be 3. Yeah, search warrant.
Search warrant is, we're gonna make that 11.
Yes, sir. Jeff Spence.
God, I can't hear him.
I do.
We'll have to have her share on a TMI one night.
And then submission forms.
DNA submission form.
Yes, sir. Yeah, with exhibit.
Oh, Lady in Gray.
Make that 12.
I know, right? Kelly, you say don't ask. Of course we're going to ask. Hello. That's right, Buffy. I don't think anybody's that bored because that's a lot of money. Good morning, Sandra.
ID on it this time. I forgot about the church bell ringing on the hour, and that means you get close to lunchtime anyway. You heard the bell ringing there, did you, Creek Boy?
I can't hear what they're saying.
That means find a stopping point, just with that bell ring.
we can take it to the February 3rd, and that'd be a good stopping place. What happened in February where you went back out to farm?
I'm trying to remember what I did on February
You got
3rd.
your-
I'm sorry. Here, give me just a second. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's been a long morning.
It
I
has
was
been a long
located
morning.
Blank module.
When you say she, who you talking?
Maddie Jane in the safe room, while they were in there, I guess cleaning and going through the stuff for the estate. When you walk in the door to the right, there was a bunch of boxes and it was back behind the boxes.
Did you go get it?
I did.
Do you have it?
I do.
Where is it?
Right here.
Where is it? Right here.
I have that marked right here.
Yeah, we do, Dave. We do.
What is it? Got that?
Blink box. Sink box. Blink
Sink box.
I think he's like, could we take a break? You know, I don't think Court TV would take my call. But I would try if I had a phone number. I mean, I'm up for
Image
anything.
Which been marked for ID as Exhibit 14. You were called out by Manny Jane. You went into the safe room on the first floor, correct?
Yes.
And where did you find that?
In the safe room, what I'm calling the safe room. That's
Where in the safe room did you find it?
when you walk into the safe room, there was a safe here or a cabinet and some boxes over in the corner
All right. And where was it?
behind the boxes.
All right. In what condition was it?
Just
That I
laid
will
back there like that.
Loose? Was it connected in?
No, it was just like somebody threw it back there.
All right. Now, did you inspect the area?
Guys, I'm going to step away to the ladies' room. I'll be right back.
Normally was?
Y'all keep
That's
watching.
it.
Behave.
Did it look like a natural place to plug that in that area
Yes,
on the metal?
yes.
And it wasn't there
Was not.
on December the 2nd?
No,
And you didn't find it until it was discovered behind the boxes on February 3rd?
yes.
Stay with access being received in that.
Any objections? All right, be admitted.
I can keep going.
No, no. All right, let's just fill out the way of, I normally don't take a real long lunch, but I know some of you are distance from home, you may want to go home, you may have to go to a restaurant. Let's be back in the jury 1:15, ready to get started back. Remember the court's instructions, don't talk about the case, don't allow anyone to talk about the case with you. Don't form or express any opinions about the case. Don't investigate the case anyway. Don't Google anything. And show the jury out. We'll be back ready to go at 1:15 anyway, okay?
Did he just say 1:15?
Court being
I
recessed.
think is what I heard.
Jury out first anyway.
All righty, guys. It is lunchtime. I think they said 1:15. It is currently 12:05, so 1:15 my time. What we're going to do is we are going to port you over to what is that show? Midday Missing? I can't even think. Port you over to Midday Missing with me as I cover a couple of cases today. Do not worry. You will get ported to the next show. Okay. So we are going to go over and do that. I am also going to tell y'all, after midday missing, I am going to call the courthouse and let them know the audio is very low. I will even try to record the call so y'all can hear their reactions. Okay. But I need you all to do me a favor. Tuck your arms in, hold on to your butt, and you're going to head on over to midday missing. Alrighty, guys, I will see you on the other side.